birdies at 10 and 11, an eagle at 13, another birdie at 15. So McIlroy now 6 under for the week. Justin Rose leads at 8 under par. You're listening to coverage of the 2025 Masters on Westwood One.
Remembering great moments in golf history. Sponsored by Prevagen. Prevagen, made for your brain. 2015, Jordan Spieth dominated the Masters. The 21-year-old led wire-to-wire at Augusta National, finishing with a score of 18 under par to tie the record set by Tiger Woods in 1997. The win was Spieth's first career major championship, before winning again later that year at the U.S. Open. With this great moment in golf history, I'm Scott Graham.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us too in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Bernhard Langer would need the cut line to somehow move here late in the day to extend his Masters career. It is unlikely. The 67-year-old Langer could not get up and down for par at 18. He's 3 over. Will probably miss the cut by a shot. Langer received a hug from Augusta National Chairman Fred Ridley and walked off the green hand in hand with wife Vicky. The two-time Masters champion said this would be his final Masters as a competitor. Let's check the leaderboard. Sponsored by Prevagen. Prevagen, made for your brain. Justin Rose, 8 under. Bryson DeChambeau is 7 under, 1 back. At 6 under, Rory McIlroy, Corey Connors, Scotty Scheffler, and Tyrrell Hatton. Scheffler making the move with a birdie at 14 to get back to 6 under. Hatton with a birdie at 13. So still some golf left here in the second round for those two. Matt McCarty, Shane Lowry, Jason Day at 5 under, 3 back. From Augusta, I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
Hungry for something exciting? Then come experience what's new at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 Valley locations. No one does Asian-inspired cuisine better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented Teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, it isn't just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is always on fire with their daily specials. Try their new $12 bar menu items, Wagyu beef and Mongolian pork sliders, chicken or beef satay, and 3 delicious flavors of chicken karaage. 2025 is on fire at Kasai with 2 locations, Scottsdale Road and Thunderbird, and now open in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's KASAI Teppen.com or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Wherever you go, take us along. Listen to our live stream on our free Fanatic app. Download it today.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Friday here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Harris Hicks in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale on National Grilled Cheese Day.
What?
It's National Grilled Cheese Day.
Oh, man. I love grilled cheese.
Love grilled cheese. Can't go wrong with a grilled cheese ever.
How do you like your grilled cheese? I like it on wheat bread with butter on both sides of the bread and then cheese in the middle, and that's it. I don't need anything fancy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
That's the way it should be done.
That's the
right
way it
there.
should be done, yeah.
And you got to have it with a really good tomato soup, I think.
Oh, it helps, yeah. I mean, it's not mandatory, but yeah, that is a good way to go. That's more winter. It's more winter grilled cheese.
Ooh,
when you
grilled cheese, couple of
get
them
the soup
sliced the way they're supposed to be, and piping hot right out of the pan, the pot there with a fan there. Yeah,
you got to get it just right. You got to get the toast level is critical. It can't be too light and it can't be too dark. It's got to
no.
be. It's
Yeah,
got to
just right.
towards the darker end, but not. You can go too far. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
You can go too far and ruin the grilled cheese sandwich. So
Perfectly toasted.
what kind of cheese you put on yours? I put American because
American's the way
damn
to
it.
go. That's right. I mean,
Well,
actually, my girlfriend loves tomato soup grilled cheese. It's her favorite meal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Really?
that's
Her favorite meal. Absolute number one.
You're lucky. You
Well,
cheap date.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. I walked out.
So Randy, you putting cheddar on yours?
Sometimes, but most of the time, American. Yeah,
You want to really get spicy? How about some habanero jack?
you could do that. Yes.
I don't know. You know, I don't put mayo on it though. I feel like
No.
that's
Oh,
a
yeah,
good way
that's-
for the mayo to just turn on you.
No.
That's
You don't
very
put-
normal.
Put mayo on a hot sandwich. The hell's wrong with you?
No,
I'm
you're not
not-
Will Levis.
Yeah.
Come on now. Yeah.
Now wait, what do you call that? The bacon, lettuce, tomato with a little mayo on the top and the bottom there, and you get that cut just
Well,
right.
that's a
now,
BLT. That's different.
Yeah,
That's not
see,
the same
that's-
thing. You don't put mayonnaise on grilled cheese.
No.
That's an
No.
abomination.
Yeah,
of
I would
anything.
agree with that. I would agree.
100%.
So maybe today's a good day for a grilled cheese, even though, holy crap, Brandy, it's already like hot today, isn't it?
Yeah, supposed
Well,
to
it's
be
not officially hot.
supposed to be 100 degrees today. Right now, currently
Okay, that's
under
Officially hot.
well, it's
Very much
99
so.
currently.
Okay.
99 currently. Depending on where you were at, it's 99
I'm right.
degrees.
I'm standing right here. Yeah. So here's what we have determined. Now, as far as hot goes, I forgot my own rule. It's not really hot until 110.
Well, yeah,
In
that's
Arizona.
Right.
In Arizona, 100 degrees, you're like, all right, well, that's doable as long as I'm not standing out in direct sunlight because you've lived through it, Harris. You should know this, that you get overnight lows of 100 or more a lot of times during the summer. So
Mhm.
how can we call 100 hot for here? So
Yeah,
it's officially hot when you get to 110.
But
Oh, yeah.
this is-
Well,
yeah.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like tonight's supposed to get down to 63.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, see,
love
it's a nice time of year. The late spring, early summer time here in Arizona.
I have a problem. I have a problem right now, and I don't know what to do with. So I don't want to name the vehicle that I purchased. I don't want to talk
Okay.
about that.
Oh, you bought a new car.
No, not since the last time I told you.
Oh, okay. All right.
But that's a fair question, knowing me. But anyway, so here's the problem, and I'm hoping somebody who is listening knows something about something, because this has been a couple of months worth of misery. So I got this vehicle, and I love the vehicle. Everything about it is great. I'm happy, except for I took it in to have a few little things worked on. They said, hey, by the way, you know, your evaporator there is hissing, which means it's leaking. We're going to go replace that for you. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And the air conditioning had worked great before that. So after they changed it out, and here's what starts happening. I'm in the car. If the air conditioning is on, it'll get nice and cold, and then it'll pull back. And I get warm air coming through. And then it comes back nice and cold, and then it pulls back. And I'm like, well, that's not right. That's not how this is supposed to work.
Something very similar like this happened to me. I just had to take my car to the shop, and it was very similar.
Okay, but here's the thing. Hang in. There's more.
Okay.
So I take it back to the guys who had just worked on it, and they're like, well, here's what happens when you replace the evaporator. It will show you other problems that the vehicle already had. I'm like, does that smell like bull crap to you? Okay. Anyway, so they went through it, and they were able to acknowledge that it was a 16-degree swing between when the compressor would come on and then it would go off. Then it would come on and go off. And they could not find any reason for it to do it. The pressure sensor in the AC line was fine. The temperature sensor that is over by the evaporator was fine. The levels of the Freon, everything was perfect according to them at the dealership. So I got a second opinion. I took it to another place. They said the same thing. I got a third opinion. I took it to a place, and they're like, "Oh, you should take it over there. These guys are really good." And so now I take it to another dealership.
Oh my gosh!
Still, I drive away from the dealership this morning. And they're like, sorry, we can't recreate the problem. Like, I can feel it. How do you not feel it? And it was a miserable drive into the work today because I decided I'm already out and might as well go in. and it's like
Yeah.
cold. No, it's not. Cold. No, it's not.
Oh boy.
Especially around this time of year.
Oh, so all I can think is it's a computer problem, because if all the other things at work, are working, or everyone's lying to me because they don't want to tear the dash apart to get to it. So I don't even know what to do. I'm like, do I just sell the car back and get something else? Because listen, I can put up with a lot, but I can't put up with, and Randy, you know this,
Oh yeah.
is spotty or bad air conditioning.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like, I'm willing to pay you cash money. Fix the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody can help me. So I'm hoping somebody listening is like some sort of air conditioning guru, and there's something I'm missing.
Automotive air conditioning guru.
Someone
Right,
in the fourth
yes.
dimension. You never know. I mean, we get a lot of different backgrounds and talents in the fourth dimensions. Maybe someone could help you, Jeffrey.
Well, first off, it's not the fourth dimensions.
Fourth dimension. Fourth
It's just
dimension.
the fourth dimension.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
Right.
second, it would be great if I just can't. I'm at the end of my rope here, and you know what
Yeah.
else? I can't think of another vehicle I want. So I'm kind of like,
quite the dilemma.
well, there is one other vehicle.
Yeah. The Scout. The
No.
Scout.
That's future stuff, because they don't even,
Oh.
they're not even out yet. They're not even building them yet. They're not going to be out till after
Okay.
2026.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's only one other one, but it's a foreign vehicle, and I haven't had a foreign vehicle in ever. So I don't know. So here I am. So if anybody out there is a car air conditioning expert, because let me tell you who's not. Earnhardt in Queen Creek, not.
Wow.
Really?
And that ain't no bull.
Tempe, Dodge, Kia, everything else. You know, they always have all those other place things.
Yeah.
Not.
Wow.
Huh.
Firestone, not.
Mm.
All of them.
For 3.
None of them were able to help me at all. There's one place that was nice, Arizona Air, but I walked in there and I kind of told them and talked them through stuff, and they're like, yeah, we don't want your money because we want you to get this fixed. And they actually sent me down the road saying that your best bet is to do this. So I love the guys at AZ Air, Steve O'Brien over in Ahwatukee.
Is he a relation of yours, Steve O'Brien?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't
right.
think so.
And you just never know.
I'm afraid.
Yeah,
I was afraid to ask.
That's right,
Yeah.
Randy.
Well,
I was afraid to ask because then the prices usually go up once they realize
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
So here I am. Just I don't know. Do I suffer through the summer? Do I?
Oh, I wouldn't, Jeffco.
Do I get
because
my
you
air conditioning in a dotted line?
You get very cranky if the air is not working properly.
You're not
Yeah,
wrong
no,
about that.
No, you don't want to do that, Jeffco.
Maybe invest for now in one of those like mobile fans you can get and
That
turn
is
on.
just that's defeat.
No,
That is just
no,
defeat,
that's-
and
yeah,
that
that's-
doesn't work. Fans
Throwing the towel
I'm
in.
trying,
don't
guys.
work.
Triple H.
Don't try, Harris, unless you
Yeah.
are an accredited AC person. Just
Tell you what,
I'm
if,
not.
if it were me, you paid good money for this vehicle. I would take it back to the dealership you bought it from.
I'm about out a complete warranty on it, and
Well.
I'm beyond the time period where.
Oh my gosh.
So
Well, I would say, look, this ain't working. We need to do a swap. I need a different vehicle.
yeah, it doesn't work that way.
Ah,
Mr.
I
Wilbur
wish it
says, Jeffrey, you're as cold as ice. You're
No,
willing
he's
to
actually not.
sacrifice. I'm not going to sacrifice my comfort. That's for sure.
It's really not cold as ice.
Base Slappa says hockey game was great yesterday. 3 overtimes. I know. I was listening here on 1580 The Fanatic, Western Michigan. They won in second overtime. Now they're going to play Boston U in the Frozen Four. Well, it's not the Frozen Four final at this point. Now
The
it's just
championship.
the championship.
game. Yeah.
But Owen Michaels scored a second goal, and it was like 26 seconds into the second overtime. And I'll tell you, honestly, I've never listened to a hockey game on the radio before.
really?
I have never
Oh,
listened to it.
you have missed out,
Yeah.
my friend.
was
You
very-
have missed out.
The guy was very excited. Owen Michaels. Like, calm down there, buddy. Owen Michaels. Because here's the thing: it's radio, so we can't show you anything, and all I can say is Owen Michaels with the puck in the net. Now what? And it's like he just repeats himself over and over
Like,
and
did
over.
he score? What happened?
Yeah,
What did
yeah,
he tell us?
He
Yeah.
scored. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but yeah, but I never heard. I mean, it was okay. It was okay to listen to hockey on the radio.
Alan Michaels.
Owen Michael. It's like I've memorized his
Oh.
name just because, and then I'm listening to the station and I hear like, well, no, we're gonna cut away now to we're gonna go over to the blah blah hut. I don't know what it is. And so then there was the post game and pre game for the next game.
The
Then
blah blah hut.
So
All right.
immediately after Owen Michaels, they go back over to the post game, and the guy's like, "Well, yeah, that was a heck of a game, and here's the call, Owen Michaels." I'm like, I just heard that. They just played it seconds ago, and now you're playing it again. Yeah, okay. But anyway,
Wow.
it was interesting outside of that to hear hockey on the radio, and some other people here on the base text line listen to it. What's that, Sharp Cat? He says, I swear cricket and ping pong can't be that far away to give you guys a day off.
That's true.
Well,
I mean,
we're
we don't know.
contractually obligated by Westwood One to air that. So here's what happens is, Westwood One has March Madness, and the championships and all that stuff.
Yep.
So they come up and they're like, hey, how would you like to have this on your station, huh? How would you like to have these games on your station? Oh, that sounds great, Mr. Westwood One. That sounds amazing. Oh, okay. You really like the idea, huh? Yeah. Oh, God, we'd love to play those games. That's cool, but here's the thing. We're going to do something for you. You're going to do something for us. We're just going to air the games, right? Oh, yeah. But you're also going to air a whole bunch of stuff that nobody in their right mind would ever want to hear. But what they didn't count on is, even though we fight them on it, the Daily Blender enjoys the time off.
Oh, yeah.
See, they didn't consider that.
No. So we're like, no, you can't make us
Oh
carry
no,
it.
please don't do
Hey,
this.
tell you what, the station down the dial will be happy to take this. Well, all right, fine, you fine, right? And we negotiate it, but then we're like, yes, days off.
Yep. Negotiate, quote.
So Sharp Cat, if Westwood One suddenly
Wink, wink.
says, hey, we got the cricket championships and ping pong, and it's a condition of having the March Madness. No.
That's heartbreaking. Yeah.
We put up just enough fight where they're not onto us. So anyway, that said, on Saturday here on 1580 The Fanatic, we are contractually obligated to bring you the NCAA Hockey Championship at 4 p.m. So do you like listening to hockey on the radio? I just feel like you can tell me the play-by-play as it goes, but there's no replays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's not any
I hear ya.
instant replay action on that.
Yeah.
I remember our good friend Bob Heathouse, the Heater, I believe we used to call him, the Heater back in the day, calling the Phoenix Roadrunner games for us. We were on a different station. That was exciting. The Heater was, he would get very animated, very excited when something amazing would happen. The Heater was good, though. He would describe what was happening.
More
He'd
descriptive, right?
Yeah, he would paint the picture for you.
I never really got to listen to it because I was at the ice. So
Right.
we were there doing stuff. So I didn't really it occurred to me. I just really never sat down and paid attention to a hockey game. Firefarter says, does this mean you guys will also be off when GCU baseball airs? If they want us to air their games, yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They generally don't. I mean, there was a couple of times they were like, they got really excited about their season and they're like, hey, can we put some of these games on? We're like, hell yeah, we can. Especially 3 to 6, right? Oh, you mean on Saturday? Okay.
Especially on 3 to 6.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm just trying to be accommodating here. We're just trying to be accommodating.
Trying to make sure you have the best time for you guys,
Yeah,
That's what we
yeah.
say. It's the art of
Exactly.
negotiating,
They're like, hey, do you want to air something? What day is it on? Sunday? Get out of here. What's
yeah.
wrong with
How
you?
about Monday or through Friday?
Oh,
How about every day?
so by the way, there's something, Harris, you need to really have context on
Okay.
before I tell you something.
All right.
I'm the guy who says you should try, as food-wise, anything once. Now,
Yes, yes.
Okay.
the example we use when you say, hey, do you like something? If you've never had it, you can't say you don't like it,
Yeah.
except for, and let me explain. I challenge people, say, here, try peanut butter and mayonnaise mixed together. Most people make the face you just made. But here's the thing. If you try it, you might like it. How do you know you don't like it? Now, if you don't like peanut butter or you don't like mayonnaise, okay, that's fair. You probably aren't going to like it. But actually, it's an interesting texture and it's an interesting taste. It's actually pretty good. And a lot of people are like, I'm like, no, really, you should try anything once within reason, unless you didn't already like one of the things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I challenge you, go home tonight and try peanut butter and mayonnaise. I'm not talking a sandwich, just a little dollop, mix it up and just taste it. What would it hurt you?
Oh, man. Okay.
Do you like
Okay.
peanut butter?
I do like peanut butter, and I
Of
don't
course you
mind
like
mayonnaise.
mayonnaise.
I don't mind mayonnaise either.
So,
And so
Give
you
it
know
a try.
what? Yeah, I'll
Be-
take you up on it. I'm always willing to try new things
Now-
like that.
Treat most things in life that way. Not everything. 'Cause every time it says, yeah, would you try it? No, geez, what's wrong with you? They're I'm just talking about food.
You know what, Jeffrey? I think that's fantastic advice.
So here's
Very good advice.
where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Food and Wine magazine did a big story on a new food mashup that it's testing the bounds of what I am willing to do. A seafood place in Charleston, South Carolina is selling a new dessert called Smoisters, which is a mashup of oysters and s'mores.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
Now,
Wow. I like both of those foods.
yeah, I'm not sure about this one though.
But together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Hershey's chocolate on the half shell, crumpled graham crackers and a tiny marshmallow. They torch the marshmallow to brown the top. I just don't know. Randy, would you try a Smoister?
Hell no.
No. No.
But see, why would you say no, Harris? You said you like the oysters, you like the s'mores.
I like both of them, but both of them together.
I know,
mean,
but
you
that's
have
the
to
same
be-
thought process when you're looking at peanut butter and mayonnaise and going, But see, listen, somebody came up with peanut butter and jelly, and it was a great idea. But
Right.
there had to have been that first moment, right? Where somebody's like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know about this.
Yeah.
So this Smoister might be the best thing we've ever tried in our lives.
Moister.
Here's what I'm going to say. You have to be in a different headspace to try
Drunk.
chocolate,
Drunk.
and you have to be in a different craving drunk. Yeah. I mean, it might take some beers for me to actually try this because I wouldn't try it sober. I don't know how many. But you also have to be like in a different craving to try oysters. Oysters and chocolate are totally different things.
I've had raw oyster on a cracker, like on a dare.
I like oysters. They're good.
But I don't know if I like oysters. So I'd have to go eat some oysters first to remind myself if I like them or not, and then maybe think about it. But I feel like I already know this isn't going to be good.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
But-
we've had both foods.
Got to try everything, right? You got to try it.
I mean, there's a line. Like,
I'm not going to Charleston, South Carolina just to find out.
yeah, it's too expensive there, anyways.
Diamondback Dude says, is a Smoister the illegitimate love child of Moist One and an oyster?
Oh,
I did
boy.
think of Moist One when you said that.
Oh, boy.
That would no, because what we're talking about with a Smoister would be sweet. Moist One and oyster, that'd just be nothing but salty.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Sir Drives a Lot says, careful, eating Schmoisters could lead to eating the tainted fish brownie. Why does the
What is-
fish got to be
what is-
tainted?
What is the fish brownie?
Fish brownie. What on earth is that? The brownie in the shape of a fish?
Or you just mix fish and brownie?
Oh,
I don't know. These things
gosh.
need to be
See, these are
introduced.
like
Wow.
totally different
Now,
types of foods.
How about a shrimp? There's no shrimp. a shrimp.
Schmooshmere.
A shrimp s'more. Shrimp s'more.
Shrimp more.
I love shrimp. I'm
Shrimp.
not sure if that really works. I don't know.
No.
Walter Mellon says the oyster part is only the shell, or is there actually oyster meat in it? Of course, there's oyster meat in it. I said it was on the half shell, man. Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago, says mayonnaise with peanut butter sounds disgusting. I like peanut butter, but I don't like mayonnaise. I put mustard on my sandwiches. Well, then, okay. Well, then you're free to go. I mean, this doesn't apply to you if you don't like mayonnaise. So I don't know. I think this is going to we're at a remote broadcast at an actual restaurant. We may have to give this one a go. The Schmoister.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
By the way, I'm putting the H in there because I just like it. It's really Smoister, but I like Schmoister.
I don't understand the obsession with trying to combine chocolate with seafood. They're two totally different things. Like, I'm all for trying new
What
things.
if this is
Jeffrey,
more about the graham crackers?
but there has to
You
be a
don't
line.
know. You don't know, Harris.
What
you
if
don't
the graham
know.
cracker adds a whole new layer
Yeah.
of taste
Okay,
to
well,
the,
the
okay,
marshmallow-
well, I didn't
slimy,
prepare for that. Perhaps I
nasty
was
Right. The
Snotster.
marshmallow and the chocolate are just along for the
perhaps
ride.
I was a little ignorant. I'm all for trying new things, but there has to be a line somewhere, folks. Where do we draw this line?
There's no line. It's just the line is where you already know you don't like something. Outside of that, yeah. How bored would you be if all there ever was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? That's all
It
I'm
would be
saying.
quite boring. That's true.
All right.
That's true.
We got to take a break. We started by telling you about the NCAA hockey. We have other hockey things. And of course, the Masters is in full swing right now. We'll fill you in on where everything is. Of course, the update we're about to air will do the same thing. But want to see where our guys are. We picked our guys the other day. Want to see how they're doing. Plus all the other sports and stuff you expect. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
From the Augusta National Golf Club, Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the Masters. I'm Ted Emmerich. A much tougher day for Justin Rose compared to Thursday when he fired a 7 under 65. The Englishman signs for a 1 under 71, but he is still alone in the lead at 8 under par.
Kind of came out not really thinking about yesterday. I was pretty focused on what was, the job at hand today, and I felt like I got off to a good start. And then just, too many fives on the back nine. I chose to play the par fives conservatively today because they were into the wind. It would have to have felt like I was forcing the issue to try to go for the greens there. So I was willing to be patient. And then, just a couple of bogeys, unfortunately, off pretty good swings. So for the most part, I felt like I played and executed pretty well.
Yeah, 4 birdies, 3 bogeys on the card for Rose. He's up 1 on Bryson DeChambeau, who is 7 under. Final few players still on the course today, including defending champion Scotty Scheffler. You're listening to coverage of the 2025 Masters on Westwood One.
We just want to have enough money for retirement.
And travel to visit our grandchildren.
I understand. That's why at Fisher Investments, we start by getting to know each other so I can learn about your family, lifestyle, goals, and needs, allowing us to tailor your portfolio.
What about commission-based products?
We don't sell those. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in your best interest.
So how do your management fees work?
We have a simple management fee based on the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
We appreciate that kind of transparency.
We also check in with you regularly to keep you up to date on the markets and your portfolio.
What other services do you offer?
As a client, you have access to resources on investing, financial planning, estate planning, Social Security, Medicare, and more.
Wow, it sounds like Fisher Investments has everything we need.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
It is cooling off in the early evening at Augusta National. Scotty.
Hungry for something exciting? Then come experience what's new at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 Valley locations. No one does Asian-inspired cuisine better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented Teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, it isn't just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is always on fire with their daily specials. Try their new $12 bar menu items, Wagyu beef and Mongolian pork sliders, chicken or beef satay, and 3 delicious flavors of chicken karaage. 2025 is on fire at Kasai with 2 locations, Scottsdale Road and Thunderbird, and now open in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's KASAI Teppen.com or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
Well, you set the dial on radio and...
Summer is almost here. It's going to get busy. First, the Diamondback season is underway. With a strong lineup and great starting pitching, it's going to be fun to watch. The NFL draft is just a few weeks away. Then, it's on to mini camps. When it comes to Arizona sports, we are your home for all the news, info, and talk. We're 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. All right, checking out the Masters standings right now. Let's see.
Your guy is tied for 4.
Yeah, I see that.
6 under.
No, I was actually going the other direction first, but we can do that. I was going to look at our long shots first, but you're right. I got Scheffler, and he's right now 6 under par. Rory McIlroy, which is Harris's pick, is 6 under
Tied
par.
for 4, 6 under. Yep.
Randy, your guy Ludwig van Aberg, he's 3 under par, and
he's 3 under.
But Morikawa is doing better at 4 under.
He was Ludwig Oberg. He'll be fine. I think I expect him tomorrow to shoot a very low round on Saturday. So my guy Hideki Matsuyama's up there at -3. Nobody's talking about him. Xander's at -2.
So between the two guys, if we don't do it on the averages, but on average, your guy Morikawa and Oberg, they're doing great. Scheffler is at 6 under par, but then Scheffel is 2 under. So on the average, doing worse than your guys. Harris, nobody cares. Rory, no, here's what happened. Rory fell apart on you. Rory just fell apart on you today.
Well, but today he came roaring back. He shot a 6 under today.
Yep, he was great today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, he's I would never pick him on a Masters until he wins one.
Yeah, I mean,
because you know how it is for him here.
Right. I mean, it's been a while, 2014, since he's won his last major. So it has been a little bit, but he's been playing a lot of good golf lately. And if you take out like one crazy double bogey in which he hit it, went onto the green, and then rolled into the water, Rory McIlroy is in the lead in the Masters. So you take out 1 or 2 bogus holes. I think this is Rory McIlroy's Masters to lose. And he's lost it before. We've seen it happen. Last year at the British Open was rough. So, but I think right now, this is going to be his to lose.
Well, sadly, Sergio Garcia has he's not making the cut. So he
doesn't look like he's making the cut. Yes,
Sergio. 4 over par.
Yeah. Well, he's getting older. The thing I watched today, which was really cool, Bernard Langer, 67 years old. It was his final Masters. I got to watch him finish up. He ended up he ended up +3. He was only 3 over par. This cut line it's devastating. I mean, normally in a Masters, you would think that the cut line would be, much higher than this, like a +5 or something. But the way that it's happened, the way that it's played out, I mean, Dustin Johnson is cut, Bernard Langer, Tony Finau is out, Sergio Garcia, Phil Mickelson is out at +4.
Well, I think they have the cut line where it's at. Just they're like, nobody can stand Dustin Johnson. Can we just keep him? Just whatever we got to do to keep him from going on, please.
Yeah, and those that know the Champions Tour, Bernard Langer, who you talked about earlier, he dominates that.
Oh yeah.
So seeing him at age 67, you said doing that. I mean, it's a pretty cool story. This cut is really rigorous this year.
Hey guys, careful what you say because, well, I'm just going to say, careful what you say.
I am being extra careful, Jeffrey.
I'm not going to out the ages of certain people who may own the radio station, but I'm just saying.
Yes.
There's nothing special about it. Anybody at 67 could play great at the Masters.
Oh, I was wondering what you were talking about. Oh, okay. Okay.
I bet Bernard Langer gets a lot of broads too. I bet he's banging left and right.
Probably does.
Probably
at 67, nothing's wrong going on down
67,
there.
67, man. That's peak physique. It doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah. I bet he's a part of the bike gang, the infamous bike gang.
He definitely is. He's probably the CEO of it.
A bike gang. But no, Harris, you don't know what we're talking about.
You don't know.
No, I do know. You don't know what we're talking about.
You don't know.
Watch me just explain to you how you don't know what we're talking about. So the owner of the radio station, Radio Ron, he got himself one of them electronic bikes.
So he's a part of a bike gang now.
No, he's in a bike gang in Scottsdale. It's a different kind of gang. It's a electric bike gang called the Sons of Apathy.
Yeah.
They ride around town taunting people about,
yelling people going over the speed limit. I'm
well,
sure.
taunting people about the older model of their luxurious cars, and they wear assless chaps.
Oh my gosh, they're the ones that always block the intersections.
Oh yeah. Oh
So
yeah.
it's the sons of apathy.
You just don't understand. You don't understand. Don't mess with them. That's all I'm going to say. You probably should never mention it again. Just keep it to yourself. Well, anyway, so here's where it is with our guys. Harris with Harris English, he's the best long shot right now. He's -1. And then my guy, Christian Gesundheit, he's 7 over par.
Yes.
And then Jose Luis Ballester
works up.
That guy is he's +8. He did not make the cut. Gesundheit didn't make the cut, but your guy Harris English looks like he is going to make the cut.
Yeah, did y'all see that story about, I think it was Ballester?
Yeah, I got a couple of things on him. The first thing that everybody was talking about is like, well, he's a Sun Devil guy, right? And we're like,
yes, he is.
All right, forks up. That's great. Awesome.
Love to see it.
Love that guy. Yeah. And so he comes out there and he's wearing a Sun Devils hat. Only it's this hat right here. It's this hat where it's like the letters are backwards and upside down.
Yes.
So I guess. Yeah. See.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And that's fine. I don't know why he felt the need to do that, but okay. So he's wearing that, and people, they're like, "This is the Masters. What are you doing? Why would you wear that hat?" Blah 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 blah. Shut up. And so he was out there. Who was he golfing with? Scheffler. He was on day 1.
Yeah. And today as well.
They're like, he's an amateur and he's wearing that hat. How? Come on, man. And so that wasn't even the worst of it. So then later, he gets enjoying the free waters. He's an amateur, right?
Right. Why wouldn't you?
So you're like, oh yeah, I'll have some more. Hey, really more? All right. And then he's like, oh boy, where's the restroom? So he went over there, and he peed in Ray's Creek.
Oh yeah.
He just walked over there. He was hoping not too many people were looking, but they were.
Oh man.
And he just took a whiz in Ray's Creek. He told the ESPN, I'm like, I really need to pee. Didn't really know where to go. And since Justin Thomas had an issue on the green, I'm like, well, I'm just going to sneak in here in the river. Maybe some people will see me, maybe not that much. No, it was a lot. He says, it wasn't embarrassing at all for me. If I had to do it again, I would. And so people are just like,
I love this guy.
Yeah, but they're looking at him like, you peasant, how dare you mess up our amazing Masters. Well, the Masters messed him right back up. He's like we said, he did not make the cut. What does it mean when I see. What's the A for? Oh, amateur. That's right.
Yeah.
So and he's a Spanish cat, and he's a couple of letters away from being a Ballesteros. But here he is, wearing a Sun Devil hat, taking a whiz backwards. Ray Creek. She's like, yeah, that's about right for an ASU student. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, that's like 90% of the ASU guys that I meet.
Stay out of Tempe Town Lake. That's all I'm going to say.
You got guys out there. We got the TV towers out there. You got beverage areas out there. You mean to tell me on the golf course you don't have any porta johns or anything so these players
they
can,
do. He just didn't realize it.
They do. He just didn't know it.
He was actually pretty close to a bathroom when he did it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. They were like,
is
so
fun.
They're like, it was just right over there. And he's like, is it? Oh well.
Dude, I would
stand down.
I would get a beer with this guy, hang out, get lunch with this guy in a heartbeat.
This guy needs a lifetime entry into the Phoenix Open.
This guy sounds, yes, he does.
He fits it.
Yes, Jeffrey.
He fits it.
Darn right.
So, all right. Well, Harris, congratulations. As it is, looks like your guy officially is the best long shot. As far as everything else goes, you and I are tied with Scheffler and Rory McIlroy.
It's probably going to come down to those two, Jeffrey.
Well, it's just about the cut line, though. Listen, we're talking at the end of the actual event. So I think, just qualifying is all that matters. And after that, everybody's on a zero again, right?
No.
Oh, this all does figure to the final score.
Yes, it all does.
Yeah.
Oh, well, in that case, sorry, Randy, you're done.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I don't
All right,
see
well, maybe.
Ludwig van Aberthoven.
Yeah.
You know, I don't see him. I don't know. You're only 3 back. No, maybe not. Merck Howe is doing pretty good. Okay, so
Yeah.
you're not done. You're not done.
Okay, thank you.
You're not
Thank
done.
you.
Yeah.
Anything. Look, what do I always say? You've got to play the game.
You play to win the game.
Anything
gotta
can
play the
happen.
game.
You
Yeah,
have
that's
to
right. You
play,
gotta
the
play
game.
the game.
Just
No, what Herm said
because-
was, you play to win the game.
Yes, I know what my
what
life
Herm
mentor Herm said, but but what do I always say? All the speculation, all the talk, all the talking heads on the TV can say whatever they want, but guess what? In the end, you still got to go out and execute. You still got to play the game.
You play
Well
to
said,
win
Randy.
the game.
Thank you.
said,
Thank
Randy.
you, Triple H.
Of course.
So let's go to the text line, 888-368-1580. Kiss the Cook says, yeah, he's not playing there again. Well, he might play there again.
I
Just
think they should let him play.
feel like the Masters, they'll think twice. Berg says, it's a new day of yes, it is. Yes, what
Okay.
is?
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, Berg.
Diamondback dude says, did you guys see how great Fred Couples golfed yesterday at the
Yeah.
Masters?
Oh, yeah.
Second
Yeah.
lowest
Super
score
cool.
ever for somebody of his age.
Yeah, no kidding.
How old is Fred Couples?
Really?
Looking
really
it
old.
up at the moment. I'm gonna guess he's in his like high 60s, early 70s.
Again, I'm just, Moist One says
65.
he's got a Bernard hanger. Sir Drives a Lot says oysters and chocolate are natural aphrodisiacs. Hopefully that explains my joke. If not, oh well, I laughed. What joke?
Yeah, I know
sh-
what the joke is.
Sharp Cat says, growing up, my mom would give us mayo with artichokes. My wife snapped me out of that in a hurry. I don't know. I mean, was it good? The mayo and the artichokes? I've never
See, I don't
sat
see any-
around eating artichokes. So
I don't see anything wrong with that.
yeah, why did she have to snap you out of it? Diamondback dude says Herm Edwards is my hero. If he didn't screw things up so badly at ASU while he was there, we never would have gotten Kenny Dillingham, and we never would have made the college football playoff last season. Thanks, Herm. You play to win the game, Edwards.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't know if that is a good
Yeah.
point.
I
It's
don't
like
know.
it's like thanking several of your exes because without
Literally.
them becoming exes, you would not have ended up with who you're with now.
But like usually, when you go through a relationship, you break up and you learn and you get in a better spot and you grow. Sometimes that happens. I think with this one,
Oh my god!
I don't think Herm Edwards left ASU in a better spot than he first found it.
Harris has got a touch of the Oprah, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He's got a little touch of the Oprah,
I think so.
a little
Yeah.
touch of the View
What
going
is-
on over there.
Oh, don't compare me to that.
was
I take
that?
that as such a diss.
What was all that?
I got a little,
deep
I got a
emotional
little philosophical
relationship
there.
stuff?
I got a little philosophical there for a second, guys. I mean,
Wow.
forgive me for
I
getting a
just
little
made
bit
it-
emotional.
I just said it like a guy. Hey, you gotta break up with some jerks to get to the good ones. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Oh, you just went deep on
Mhm.
oof.
Usually that's what
you-
happens.
Harris is like, this is the kind of stuff I hear when I'm in Burkham yoga. Slow Mo Zoe says they need to put a water fountain up of him. A water fountain of
Herb
Ballastair.
Edwards?
Ballastair for
Ballastair.
taking the leak in the lake.
Oh, that would be awesome. I mean, that's crazy that
Why
he took
not?
a leak and there were porter potties
It'll be
right there.
It'll be a statue at the Phoenix Open.
That is so funny. Should be.
Hamilton Porter says, if you heard.
Mm.
What did we hear?
Mm.
I don't
Oh, yeah.
There you go, Hamilton. Moist One says, I'd be Joy Behart. Oh, shut your face.
What?
Walter Mellon says, sounds like Harris has heard that line before, probably followed by, it's me, not you.
Cannot confirm nor deny. I cannot. No comment.
Uh-huh.
Harris has been dumped more than a truck at the landfill.
Oh my God.
Wow.
It's,
Wow.
That is that's not true. That's not true.
it is if I make it true. I say it is. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We got tons of sports stuff to talk about, and we'll keep an eye on anything that happens at the Masters, and you'll hear those updates a couple times an hour here on the radio station. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-383-7733. That's 800-383-7733.
Paid for by Wesley Financial Group.
Let's say you've got questions. You're looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Well, Harmon Solar has the answers. Hi, I'm Jeffrey O'Brien, and listen, there's a couple of ways you can go here. One, visit harmonsolar.com, browse around, because right across the page, they got links to all sorts of great information, like frequently asked questions, equipment, tax credits, even testimonials. Or just give them a call, 800-281-3189. Ask them directly. They'd love to hear from you. That's 800-281-3189. Or just go to harmonsolar.com.
Bring spring to your door with Target Circle 360. Get all you need for Easter hosting, spring get-togethers, and more with unlimited same-day delivery through Target Circle 360. From Easter basket goodies to fresh florals, getting everything the same day is easy. Open the Target app and bring the magic of the season to your door with unlimited same-day delivery through Target Circle 360. Visit target.com/circle or the Target app for more details. Subscription required. Same-day delivery is subject to terms. Applies to orders over $35.
AZ Preps 365, your source for all the news, info, highlights, and more. Athlete news and interviews. Talk with coaches. Keep you up to date with the changes, moves, upcoming events, and more. AZ Preps 365, Arizona's ultimate prep sports show. If you miss a minute, you miss a lot. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings 8 till 10 on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Hungry for something exciting? Then come experience what's new at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 Valley locations. No one does Asian-inspired cuisine better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented Teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, it isn't just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is always on fire with their daily specials. Try their new $12 bar menu items, Wagyu beef and Mongolian pork sliders, chicken or beef satay, and 3 delicious flavors of chicken karaage. 2025 is on fire at Kasai with 2 locations, Scottsdale Road and Thunderbird, and now open in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's KASAI Teppen.com or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
We know how it goes. You can't always tune in and hear your favorite shows and hosts.
Dude, look, I'm a loser. Okay?
It's cool, bro. That's why we post podcasts of your favorite shows and hosts. Listen when you want to. Listen on demand.
That is great and frankly kind of amazing.
Go to 1580thefanatic.com to download.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Randy, we got to break some sort of a record. Why? Well, Alex Ovechkin, he broke the record on scoring there in the NHL and all that.
Yes, he did.
895th goal on Sunday. Took out Wayne Gretzky's longtime record. Well, he's getting all sorts of gifts. Yeah, they're just showering him with stuff. We got to break some sort of record, or at least claim we did, because, man, listen to all the stuff he's getting. He got himself a sculpture, an engraved golden hockey stick.
Okay.
He got a Rolex. He's getting all sorts of stuff.
A Rolex?
Yeah, and then the NHL gave him a painting on Sunday that was commissioned. And
Let's go back to the Rolex for a second.
I want a Rolex.
Is it Russian numerals?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I couldn't.
Otherwise,
see it.
it's gonna be useless to him.
Pretty sure if you know how to tell time on any clock, it's you don't need to know the numbers.
He's Russian, so
well, I mean, their clocks work the same way ours does.
I don't know.
Numbers look different.
I heard Russian clocks move slower than everybody else.
You might be onto something.
You see what I'm saying?
Maybe that's why they were like,
he'll always be late now.
Yeah, not as quick to us to get to the
Wait,
moon
no,
and
he won't
other
be.
things.
He won't be late.
'Cause
He'll
their
be
time
on
is-
time because if the watch goes faster than Russian watches, then he's not used to that, so he'll always be early.
Well, it is oyster perpetual motion.
Yeah.
Maybe they've got like, is it one of those? Is it one of those oysters with the graham crackers and the chocolate and stuff in there?
I don't know. I haven't seen any
I
pictures of it.
wonder.
I just read the story about it.
Okay.
So I guess Gretzky. Remember Gretzky had?
Oh, yeah.
He had gotten a Rolls Royce when he broke Gordie Howe's record back in 1994.
The hell bought him a Rolls Royce?
I think the owner of the I don't know, one of the owners of the Kings or something. I don't know
kidding.
what team he was on when he broke it at the end.
I think it was the Kings.
Islanders. I don't know. Whoever it was, I don't know if Alex Ovechkin got himself a Rolls Royce, but like we said, yeah, there was a painting, and he got a golden stick, a hockey stick made out of gold, Randy.
Hey,
And that's
now,
a
listen.
lot of money for that.
Yeah, that is
Listen, I
nuts.
would take that. I would take that in a
Easily.
heartbeat.
And then, so the kids would have something to play with. They gave Sergey and Ilya, they both got golden mini sticks. So
What?
that's like 3 gold hockey sticks.
The
Yeah.
NHL or the
Yeah.
team gave those to him?
I don't know who gave them. I think,
Because if it's the team, he plays for the nation's capital.
yeah, the
Uh,
Capitals.
So he plays Washington Capitals. I think somebody in Congress has probably done this, and we need to open an investigation immediately.
More Doge action needs to be brought to bear, I guess. But
I guess so. Yeah.
6-foot sculpture Ovechkin was also presented, and then I guess Ovechkin and his mother, they both got Rolexes. His wife, how do you? It looks like Nastia, but how do you say it? Nastia, I don't.
I have no
It's
idea.
the word nasty with an A. after
Nastia
it.
would make sense.
So
And,
let's go with Nastia because I don't
yeah.
want to. I don't want to piss off this guy.
No.
No,
She
you
got a
don't.
Cartier watch, which is also very expensive.
Yeah.
Cartier.
So
Interesting.
I mean, they look at all this stuff they got and all kinds of other things, and of course, everybody at the arena got a towel that said "greatness" with the number 8. And I'm just saying, we got to break some sort of a record so we get some presents.
Yeah,
Good.
I'm gonna be honest. I think the NHL could have done a better job at televising all of these games and making sure they were going on in prime time.
All
Because
the
not a lot of
NHL
them-
gave him. I'm sorry, Triple H. Go ahead. I was
No.
just gonna
That's
ask.
pretty much all I had to say, Randy. I
The
want to hear what you have to
question
say.
I had.
Okay, I'll shorten it for Harris. F you, NHL.
All the NHL gave him
Harris.
was a painting.
I mean, that's all he got. Again, he got a sculpture, a painting, engraved golden hockey sticks for him and his kids, Rolex watches, Cartier watches, all sorts of stuff, man.
That was all the NHL.
I mean, that I don't know who gave him what.
Oh.
It doesn't say. In the
Ah.
NHL, yeah, they did commission the painting. I don't know
Painting.
who else paid for what else, but it was still nice.
Yeah,
Nobody's giving me a painting of me ever.
yeah.
Is it a painting of him? Because
Dude,
now that would be something big
Yes,
right there.
yes, it's a painting of him. What else is he
Like,
painting
is he,
of?
is
should
he
get-
standing there?
What do you think it was? That little
looking
turtle we used to draw in the magazine?
heroic? Heroic? Standing there with his hockey stick, kind of like a
No.
looking
It's the one
off into-
that's like sliding across the ice or something.
Maybe we get like a big painting of Jeffrey and just hang it up in the studio, like right behind.
I don't know
me.
why it hasn't happened yet.
Like this
Well-
massive painting.
When Jeffrey
Just
becomes
portraits.
emperor, we will have portraits of
Yes.
him everywhere.
Well,
Yes,
yes, in
that's
every office.
It has. That's like it's going to be an order from the front office.
No. Here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
The people must just love me, so it's expected, but it will not be actually decreed.
Mm.
But God help you if I walk into a place and I don't
And
see a
there's no
photo
picture
of
of you.
myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keyword when, not
Yeah.
if.
You see right here,
Comes emperor.
there's Randy right behind me.
That's
there.
me. Yeah.
That stays. That
That-
stays here forever.
Well, it's part of being me, I guess.
Yeah,
Where
it
were
makes
we?
sense.
No,
What were we
not
talking about?
Cardi A watches or Cardi B watch. He deserves Cardi B watch ass. No,
No.
Cartier watches. Baker's Cocky Hens. Slow Mo Zoe says Putin is going to confiscate them sticks only if he goes home. Blaise Sappa says, did he get U.S. citizenship? Oh, that's a good question. They should give him some citizenship. Just let them have it.
Yeah, I mean, I figured I don't quite know because you have to.
You can buy it now for $5 million. You get the Trump card.
I heard about.
No, that's a real thing.
That is a real legitimate.
The least
thing.
the NHL could do is say, and here you go.
Here's $5 million. Here's the Trump. Oh my gosh, Jeffrey, you're on to something.
Here's your Trump. Here's your Trump card.
Yeah, yeah.
Baker's Cocky Hen says, "Did you guys talk about the ASU guy peeing in the creek?" Yeah, we already talked about that. Yeah,
that's old news, man.
Senor Ballester.
Yeah.
Bear Claw says, "Happy Friday, dude. I haven't heard from you in March." Oh, that's right. That was only like 11 days ago.
Yeah.
I'm really, I'm thinking about this Trump card thing, and I think this would be great.
Harris, I
for the
know that
NHL.
being from Tennessee feels like you're from another country, but you are already a citizen, so you don't need it.
It's okay, Harris.
Oh, thank you guys. I was really scared. Now I'm
you're
relieved.
legal.
Yeah,
Things
that's
good.
right. That's right.
You're from a backwater third world country, basically.
Oh, no.
Called Tennessee.
This is not true.
But you have citizenship. Don't worry.
I do. I
You're
do
fine.
have citizenship. No, you can diss me. Can't diss my state.
Really? Because I just did. Now what? Now what?
Oh, no.
Bear Claw says, "Hope the Diamondbacks have a good weekend. Need them wins." We're going to talk about baseball here. Well, how about right now?
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Brewers are
Yes.
the opponent for the weekend, and Randy, this looks like a good matchup between the Brewers and the Diamondbacks. I'd almost say evenly matched, although they're saying that the Diamondbacks have the advantage. The betting line, at least on the first game, is -160, and the point spread is 1.5. So basically, it's a coin flip. But they are saying the Diamondbacks are favored. Our injuries: Kevin Ginkel. Wait, he was supposed to be back today. I thought. Is he back?
Kevin Ginkel?
Yeah, he ain't gonna pitch today or nothing. But
no,
he's not.
Christian Pash, he'll be back tomorrow. Blaze Alexander on tax day. Jose Castillo back on tax day, and Kendall Graveman April 18th. What's the story on Kettle Metal? How's he progressing with his hamstring?
I haven't heard a lot, but they don't expect him to be out long. The last time I heard Tori talk about Ketel Marte, they said it was a hamstring, but I think they feel like it's a minor hamstring strain. He pulled up in enough time where he didn't do any damage. They've had imaging on it, from what I understand, and it's not anything to be that worried about. So they're gonna. I'm sure every day he's stretching and he's having therapy on it, probably a TENS unit and a massage, a deep tissue massage. You keep it nice and loose. They're probably working him a little bit to see what his body can tolerate. So Triple H, you had something to add.
Yeah. The way that Tori described it was a series of weeks. And so as of now, we don't quite know when that's going to be. That was a few days ago. So probably looking at a few weeks, could be a couple weeks.
I told you these things were very nagging.
Yeah.
So I just want to wait, hold on. Dimeback Dude says, I heard Kettle Metal out 3 to 4 weeks with his hamstring. Oh, by the way, for those of you who are new to the show, I call Ketel Marte Kettle Metal. I just like to call him that. It really angers some people. I don't know why. Don't be angry. It's just my affectionate nickname for him.
Now,
Kettle Metal.
One of the Fourth Dimension, the Sarge, likes to call him 2 Chains because he always has these big chains on there.
That's pretty good. 2 Chains.
Yeah, it calls him 2 Chains.
Yeah.
Walter Mellon says, "Hey, Jeffrey, is it make or break in time for Harris yet? The tone of today's show is pushing towards break." Walter Mellon. And we're not voting on this.
Wow.
I just want you to know that.
Is this about the tasing thing? What is this about specifically? Just in general?
Oh, the tasing
I don't
thing.
know what. I don't know what Walter
was
Mellon's
about. I don't know
damage
what he's
is.
talking about. Yeah.
One day I will tase Harris. It is bound to happen.
It's like that episode of Last Man Standing where the owner of the store Harry gets the paintball gun and he shoots Tim Allen because he voted against him in something. I don't know what it was, but it was hilarious. He closes the blinds as they're talking and he shuts the door and he says, "Okay, you roll your pants leg up."
Hey, listen, I know where all the spots at the radio station are that don't have cameras. That's all I'm going to say.
And I do not. So this is a dangerous game.
You can't prove nothing.
Yeah.
You can't prove nothing.
Yep.
Beer Bob says, I heard Tori say earlier in an interview today that they're hoping Marte will be back at the end of April, early May, the latest. God, Lord, that must be bad.
Yeah.
Hamstring injuries are nagging. They don't
I
go
know.
away.
I
Three or
tore
4
one.
weeks. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was no fun for that's been nagging me for 10 years. It was only just recently that my ass doesn't get uncomfortable when I drive on a long road trip.
Oh, man. That's the worst. That's the worst.
Now you've been talking about your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Cue the text from Moist One.
Oh, yeah, it's happened.
I'm not reading it. I'll tell you, it's
Booger
advanced.
Wolf potentially as well.
Booger Wolf? Nah, he didn't. Yeah, he didn't care about my ass.
That he makes you say.
Average Joe says he'd still pay $100 to pull the Tracer trigger. No, it'll be me. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
From the Augusta National Golf Club, Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the Masters. I'm Ted Emmerich. The wind has been vexing this afternoon, gusts of more than 20 miles an hour from the west. Tyrrell Hatton is from England. Didn't seem to bother him much at 15.
Hear that wind. It is hurting Tyrrell Hatton. 115-yard third shot from the fairway just through the crosswalk. So he's way back up there. Down and through to a left-hand hole location. This is going to carry to the front of the green, and we got to check the spin. It bounces up to the middle, turns left, coming right down toward the cup. What a shot for Tyrrell Hatton. That spun all the way down to a foot. Tyrrell Hatton is 6 under. He's going to get to 7 under par here.
Brian Katrick, the call on Sirius XM. Hatton pulling to within a stroke of the lead with that birdie. Justin Rose 8 under. Hatton was at 7 under, but at 16. Hatton on the green with his tee shot at that par 3, but 50 feet away for birdie, the whole location up the hill. Hatton didn't hit it nearly hard enough. It rolled up, turned right back down the slope, about 40 feet for par. Hatton missed that, made bogey. So Tyrrell Hatton dropping back to 6 under and 2 back of Justin Rose. You're listening to coverage of the 2025 Masters on Westwood One.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Bernhard Langer so close to making the cut at his 41st and final Masters. He misses by a shot at 3 over with a bogey at 18. The 67-year-old two-time Masters champion hugged Augusta National Chairman Fred Ridley just off the green. Let's check the leaderboard. Sponsored by Robinhood. Justin Rose on top at 8 under. Bryson DeChambeau 1 behind at 7 under. Rory McIlroy, Corey Connors, Scotty Scheffler, Tyrrell Hatton at 6 under, 2 back. Scheffler sending his drive at 18 way left of the fairway among the pines and a magnolia tree. Just birdied 17 to make it back to 6 under par. From Augusta, I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime. When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, Radio Pound, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Harris Hicks in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon over there studios in Scottsdale. I don't know what just happened there. I don't know what just happened to my mouth there.
Did you have a stroke? Are you okay?
No, I think I just I need a drink of water.
Okay.
All right. What was I saying there?
Harmon Solar Studios.
Yeah, I guess I said that part. That's all.
Yes.
Okay, we're good. Hey, welcome to the show. Yes, the Masters are in full effect. We talked about that in the last hour. We'll give you updates as the rest of the day progresses. But I was watching a little bit of it, Randy, and I look down there like, yeah, look at that photographer down there. He looks like Ken Griffey Jr. And then later I was like, holy crap, that's Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah.
He's an actual photographer at the Masters this year.
It would not be uncommon to see him and Randy Johnson at sporting events. Randy Johnson also
You
very
notice
avid,
him easily.
photographer. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The tallest photographer there is.
Or would you?
Oh, no. He's not a ninja. He's Randy Johnson. He doesn't need to be a ninja. He doesn't need to hide in the shadows.
Yeah, well, that's true.
But yeah, Ken Griffey Jr., I guess that's what he just likes to do for fun now. So he was right there with all the other photographers on the ropes at Augusta. So, well, you know what? He's also probably, he's like, if I got the camera, they got to let me closer. I can see everything. I don't have to pay for tickets or nothing.
That's
Probably
smart.
true.
I know some people who do photography just so they can watch the game. Up close.
I don't think that he has to pay for anything anyway because he's
Ken
Griffey Jr.
Yeah,
you're not going to let him in.
Household name.
They won't let him in for free.
Yeah,
sure they do. Come on, man.
You don't just get in for free because you're a great player of an unrelated sport.
Absolutely, they would.
Ken Griffey Jr. comes walking up, and they're like, "It'll be this much for the ticket." He's like, "But I'm Ken Griffey Jr." Oh yeah, go right in. No, they wouldn't do that. Everybody's got to pay to get in.
He's probably a member there.
Some sports, yes. Some sports, no. I think it depends on the sport. Golf, I'm going to say no here.
Golf would make Ken Griffey Jr. pay.
I don't think so.
I agree with you. Jeffrey. I think if this was like college football or college basketball, and he could or not basketball, college football, he could stand on the sidelines. I don't think they'd make him pay. I don't think so.
Anybody know what Quiet Cannon's talking about right now?
I don't know.
He says, if the jury is still out on preparation page, I think if you took a vote on the fourth dimension, he would be unanimously accepted. Just say it. He's calling you preparation H.
Yeah.
His voice text betrayed him. He wants to call Harris preparation H.
Unanimously accepted. I appreciate that.
That was nice of Quiet Cannon to say.
Thank you.
You have no say in this, though, but still nice of you to say.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
I appreciate it.
Base Slappa says, did Randy Johnson get a picture of that dove he hit? We all have that picture. It was just frozen on video, this exploding bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he snapped a shot of that since he threw the ball. So,
there have been more than 20,000 major league players in history of baseball. 20,000. Yes. I felt like I should be a larger number than 20,000.
Really? Why?
I don't know. I just feel like with over 100 years.
League's been on for so long.
And there's a lot of guys on every team. So
a lot of guys play for a long time. I mean, you don't hear about some of these guys. These guys have long careers in baseball.
Bartolo Colon
doesn't surprise me at all.
140 years of baseball. How many? 125. How many years of baseball? I mean, they started really just playing and messing around with it in the late 1800s. So we'll say like 125 years of baseball, and in all that time, let's even just shrink it down to Major League Baseball over. I think it's 100 years. Only one guy had a last name that started with the letter X.
Really? That's a crazy stat.
Yeah, Leo Shikas. And that's how you pronounce the X on Xiquus. Shikas.
Shikas.
Yeah, I had to look it up.
So silent X, even then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a problem with silent letters. If they're silent, just take them out of the damn word.
Is it silent or is it
Shikas? You don't pronounce the X with a sh. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying, but I'm saying, is it silent or is it?
It's silent, Randy.
But it's XH. Yeah, I don't know.
It's Xiquus. But anyway, so that's the only guy with an X name.
Yeah.
In all of the 100 years plus of baseball. Now there's 56 whose last name started with a Q, 106 that started with a Z, but only one X.
What do you do with since you're into baseball names? What do you do with Xander Bogaerts? That starts with an X.
Yeah. Well, I guess he's saying last name.
Yeah, it has to be the last
Yes.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
Xander
you-
Bogaerts is
you-
one.
but shouldn't that guy's last name start with a Z?
There's
rather than
probably.
a sh?
Oh, I see what you're saying. The X should be a Z.
Yeah, it should be like Xander Bogaerts, but it's Xander.
You know, it's almost one of my things where
Little
I
bit
don't want to be, I don't want to be discriminatory in any way as your emperor, but it might be a thing if I'm aggravated by your name, you get deported. You know what I mean? And I don't
Lot of
care. You could be born here and I'd still do it. I'd be like, where are
Lot
you
of-
deporting me to? I don't know, some Norway. I don't know. Because there's some people's names that just aggravate me.
If you deport me, will you deport me to Hawaii?
Yes. But
And
that's
can I go with Kim?
still part of the United States, but okay.
Yeah, that is still a
It's
part
not
of
really deported. It's just relocated.
Deport me to Tennessee, Jeffrey.
Dude, what did you do that's that bad? Oh my God.
Oh,
What kind of a
I'm
punishment?
not really rocking with this Tennessee
Oh,
slander. I don't
geez.
rock with it.
You got to remember, I've spent time in Tennessee
It's an amazing state.
crying.
An
but-
amazing state.
But they let you out though.
No, I mean, I was an adult. I was weeping. Just please, when is the bus going to get here? Anyway, so yeah, Sheekus.
Sheekus.
So I saw this this next story, and I'm like, oh, I did actually
Wow.
one of those.
Okay.
So Harris, something you're going to come to realize: we have way more celebrities listening than you'd ever imagine.
Okay, awesome.
We have way more officials of the local teams listening than you'd ever know.
Okay.
I know because I've been in trouble.
He was. He has
Wow.
been, yes.
and way more people nationally than you'd expect. Now you're going to say, "Oh, whatever." Let me read this headline to you, and you tell me if somebody wasn't listening to this very show days ago.
All right, let's hear it.
Major League Baseball officials reportedly now considering salary cap floor and salary cap.
I wonder who talked about that.
Yeah,
I
we
wonder who
were-
brought this up on the show.
We said that's the best way to go. Harris is like, we need a floor, and I says, yeah, we need a cap. And then I was like, you know, we need them both. You need a floor and a cap. And then Harris is like, yeah, I agree. And then we went. Everything that they're talking about now is exactly what we talked about.
See, yeah,
They
there's
weren't talking about that before we did.
You know, I've listened. I've heard people from Chicago.
Mhm.
I've heard people from numerous different Montana, Oregon. I've heard
some dirty Canadians.
Exact Canadians.
Oh, yeah.
So I think we're onto something here. I think the MLB is taking our ideas and just secretly handpicking.
As long
them.
as it's the good ones, I don't mind.
Right.
But let me give us a little
Give
credit.
us a little credit here. Don't be that guy who doesn't do any work on the group project and just gets
Right.
his A and leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so glad to hear that they're actually considering the floor and a cap. Now, they're talking about this before you get to the CBA negotiations that are upcoming. So
the players union
Yeah.
will never
That's the problem.
go for this ever.
Players union is no, we want these skyrocketing, sky high wages. So the only way that they could win and get this is if they brought up the minimum. The minimum has to be at a certain amount,
right?
You know, for each player. But if they raise that, way more players are going to be doing better. Because remember, there is a handful of guys who are making bank.
Yeah.
Everyone else is making okay money.
Right.
So if you raise the floor for them as well, now if there's a vote in the union, guess who's going to win? The poors. You know, all the peasants, all the all the people that don't make as much money as these the guys who are a big deal. So
right.
this can get passed.
But think about it. If you raise the minimum, then you could piss the owners off. And
Well,
then some people,
The owners,
some
though,
owners
you
may
can
not vote
raise
that.
the minimum, but that doesn't matter. Once you've established a cap up top, the minimum is not quite as important because at least they know, okay,
Mhm.
here's the top of which I'm allowed.
Yeah.
And the bottom, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, well, I'll just spend the bottom. Whoop. And they don't go any further. Now
Yeah.
that owner just looks like a jackhole.
Yep.
But as far as the floor goes, that means that all the lower level players in their salaries are going to be doing better. I think you can easily get this through a collective bargaining agreement.
I think anything to weed these cheap owners out of baseball is a great thing for the sport. It's an exceptional thing for the sport.
Oh, Harris, we can't lose another sport here.
What do you mean we can't lose another sport? Oh, hey, Ken Kendrick is not cheap. He used to be. With how much money he spent on Corbin Burns here, he ain't cheap. He ain't cheap.
Oh, boy.
I mean, he is. The Diamondbacks, I think, are 13th in the MLB in spending.
Well, that's relief. That's nice to hear.
It's not like they're like the Rays or the A's or the Reds, any of those teams. No.
All right.
D-backs are spending
I
to
take
win.
it back.
This is a new era. New era, Jeffrey.
Yeah, all right. I'll take it back as long as they're doing right. But
they really are. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know what's going to come of all this, but at least we might be heading for some positive changes. That'll also sort of take out the super teams and be a little more parity. In baseball, that's a good thing. You end up with better product when you spread it around. As long as somebody needs to take the Angels out and smack them a little bit, but for the way they do things. But
yeah,
I feel like a little more parity in baseball would make for a better product. That's just my opinion. You know who doesn't agree with any of this is Ralph. He's a Dodgers sympathizer, fan, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, that's dumb. Make the make the cap even higher. No caps."
Yeah, I am actually. Here's the thing about having no cap is the players all of a sudden get tremendously overpaid to the fact because you have to keep up a certain amount to win the World Series, and some owners aren't able to do that. I will, however, say I do like the argument of if you want to spend the money, then you should be able to spend the money. A cap would be okay, but I would be in favor of a very high cap as opposed to a lower cap.
And that's another way to you make a high cap is a good way to make the union happy, but it can't be as high as what they're doing now.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Anyway, so that is something when I saw that, I'm like, okay. All right, which one of you is it? Which one of you works for the Major League Baseball?
Yep. It's probably the commissioner.
Well, if it is, if he lives on the East Coast, by the time we come on, it does make sense because it'd be like 6 p.m. for them.
Oh, yeah.
And by the time we're done, it's 9 p.m.
Yeah. And he'd be totally sloshed by then.
Well, he's sloshed by like 1 or 2. But
that is true. He does have a liquid lunch.
Usually. I believe he's still conscious about this time. So,
okay. Yeah.
Anyway, let's go to the text line, 888-368-1580. Slow-Mo Zoe says, Harris, Tennessee was ranked number 4 as the friendliest state.
I believe it, man.
You have to be friendly when you're that ugly.
Wait, was that in the text line or was that from you, Jeffrey?
No, that was from me.
I thought that was in the text. Oh my gosh. I mean,
that was fast.
Wow, dude. Wow. That was quick, man. He threw that like fastball and hit me right in the face.
Yeah. I know you're new around here.
But right in the face. No,
it's just another day.
I see. Hey, you learn, you live and you learn with it. I make up for it in personality.
You have to be friendly when you're that ugly. Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Hefty Lefty says the Angels spend money. They just spend it dumbly.
No one has ruined baseball more than what the Los Angeles Angels did in the 2010s. No one has damaged a sport more than them.
There should be like a rescue clause in somebody's contract.
Yeah. With Trout and Ohtani keeping them there. Stop it.
Let's see here. Moist One says there's a player on the Montreal Canadiens with the last name Jack-Eye, which starts with an X. You sure it's pronounced Jack-Eye?
Start with an X. Jack-Eye.
Yeah, and that's
an X.
Montreal Canadiens. It's if I'm not mistaken, that is a hockey team.
When you become,
we weren't talking about.
You are not mistaken. That is indeed a hockey team.
When you become emperor, will you just get rid of X out of the equation?
No, because then they'll all be my wives.
No. No, Jeff.
I really found that one funny, and then no one else did, but that's all right. I did.
It's kind of funny. I see the vision.
Dimeback Dude says, didn't Augusta just start allowing black people on their course in the 90s? Ken Griffey Jr. is lucky he didn't start his career in sports photography then. Them racist Southerners. You are correct. And no, I mean, I can't even say anything about this. You're correct. Hopefully that's a past that we are working, to get beyond. Beer Bob says John Morant was also at the Masters. You know, he'll never pass up a round where he gets multiple shots. Oh, brother.
Wow.
Oh, man. Yeah. That was a pretty good one.
You know what I got
That
is I got what's up next. I'd like to avoid it.
Okay. All right. All right.
Is it Suns talk?
Yeah.
Do we have to talk about it?
I don't have anything on the page except for the 8 out of 10 games that the Suns have lost and their last 2 opponents. They're eliminated from everything, so it doesn't matter.
No.
But tonight you got San Antonio Spurs coming to town, 7 p.m. And then Sunday, the Suns are in Sacramento at noonish. So
if it makes you guys feel better, tonight is actually Bradley Beal bobblehead night. So, yep.
How is that supposed to make me feel better?
I just think it's kind of funny. I'm not going to lie.
Is it
I
on-
think it's
is-
a little bit funny. Can I have a
No,
laugh?
here's funny. Funny is that
Let me have a
Bradley
laugh.
Beal bobblehead is on crutches.
Yeah.
Or street clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just wanted to have a laugh. I thought it was kind of funny.
No, there's nothing funny when you're looking at an 8-game losing streak.
Yeah.
Nothing is funny.
Yeah. It's really dark times for the Suns.
Hefty Lefty says John Morant's new favorite part of the golf is when they pull the pin. See, that was good. That was clever.
A good one.
That was clever with the grenade celebration. By the
was it
way, he
clever?
says he's going to keep doing it till it's a problem. That's his quote. So I'm going to keep tossing them fake grenades until it's a problem. It's my celebration until somebody has a problem with it. And then after that, I'll find another one. How about you find your shot? How about you get better than being 5 of 13 from 3-point range? You know, maybe a little more time on the practice court, practicing instead of going pew pew. No, yeah, you know, come on, man, play better. That's what you really need to do. Play better.
5 for 13 ain't that bad. 5 for 13's
That's not good.
from
That's
3
like
point.
a guy on
That's
a
like
team.
36%.
I'm
like a-
aggravated if you are not if you're shooting that, you should not be shooting threes.
5 for 13's pretty good. I mean, yeah, I don't know why. I think this has a lot of intent. What he's doing has a lot of intent. He's spreading a message here. He is, because
What
he's
is
been
the
punished
message?
for this.
What is the message? What is it
That
really?
You can be mediocre and make tons and tons of money.
You can't do anything to me.
Which is dumb.
That's probably it.
It's just dumb.
Yeah.
Dimeback dude says, can we just trade the Badly Beal bobblehead night for Jimmy Butler bobblehead night? But for Bradley, Beal's no trade clause. We would have had Jimmy Butler on the team right now. He's not wrong.
Yeah, he's probably not wrong. Yeah.
Again, another text from Dimeback dude where he's not wrong, but it is hurtful. It's a
It
little
is.
hurtful. Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. I got Dale Earnhardt on the docket, Randy.
Okay. All right. What's DE Junior have to say?
Oh, that's right. It is Junior. It is
Yeah.
Junior. I'll tell you when we come back. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Augusta National Golf Club, Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the Masters. I'm Ted Emmerich. What makes Scotty Scheffler great is how he limits damage. Take his problem at 18. Ripped his drive left of the fairway into the pine straw and under a magnolia tree. Scheffler clambered under the low branches looking like a kid at recess. He punched out back to the fairway, sent his third over the green, but with a gorgeous pitch, Scheffler made sure he didn't blow up.
Now Scheffler for bogey over it from 2 feet on the way, rolls it in, and Scotty Scheffler has shot 71 in this second round. And the reigning Masters champ only made 2 pars on the second 9, but very much in the picture at 5 under and 3 off the Justin Rose lead.
Mike Tirico the call on Sirius XM. Yeah, Scheffler with 4 bogeys, 3 birdies on the second 9, including a chip in for birdie at number 12. You're listening to coverage of the 2025 Masters on Westwood One.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel all right.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Springfest deals are still in full swing at Lowe's. Right now, get 5 bags of Stay Green Premium Color 2 cubic foot mulch for only $10. And get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save up to $300 when you buy 2 or more select GE kitchen appliances of $396 or more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 4/16, excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Selection varies by location while supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details and qualifying items.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Hungry for something exciting? Then come experience what's new at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 Valley locations. No one does Asian-inspired cuisine better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, it isn't just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is always on fire with their daily specials. Try their new $12 bar menu items, Wagyu beef and Mongolian pork sliders, chicken or beef satay, and 3 delicious flavors of chicken karaage. 2025 is on fire at Kasai with 2 locations, Scottsdale Road in Thunderbird, and now open in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's KASAI Teppen.com or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Dylan Gabriel here on the Rich Eisen Show. And if somebody's from Hawaii and plays quarterback left-handed, they're going to get compared to Tua. How do you take those comparisons?
He's a guy I definitely played against growing up, watched a bunch, and admired from afar. Naturally, to the naked eye, that's the comparison. However, I think if you look at certain people's game, there's certain nuances that are different. But just because we are lefties, of course, that's going to come through.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays at 9 a.m. on 1580. The Fanatic.
Today's Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Cindy Wabbit says Phoenix Suns should sell 50 million Bradley Beal bobblehead dolls and get their money back.
Yeah.
I don't think there's 50 million people who would buy them, though. Or
No,
you sell-
there's definitely not.
You sell one for $50 million. Now you got something.
See, now that's thinking outside the box right there.
You only need one. So there you go.
Right.
Yeah.
So, hey, Harris, have you ever seen Space Jam?
I've seen both, actually. Seen both, yeah.
Randy, have you seen Space Jam?
Hell no.
Yeah. I think I saw like a couple of minutes, and I was just like, even when the old one with Bill Murray in it, I was like, okay. And then, did you see the Spaceman Space Jam 2? Have you seen that one, Harris?
I've seen both. Honestly, I think Space Jam 1 clears.
Right. And 2 is just horrible.
I think 2 is more of just like, it's all really LeBron centered. And Space Jam 1 felt like a team. Yes.
Completely centered around LeBron.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Wow.
Right.
I would have never seen that. Would have never seen that happening.
Wow. So here's the deal. No basketball movie has ever made $100 million at domestic box office ever.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
Surprising.
Space Jam was the closest. They made the original made 90 million. Of course, it cost them 80 million to make it, which was okay because they made 250 million worldwide, which is, I believe, the highest grossing basketball movie ever.
Not a surprise.
Then I was kind of looking at it, I was like, wonder how LeBron's did. Wonder how that one did. And the new one, that one made 70 million domestic and 150 worldwide. So not even really close to Michael Jordan's. And then I started looking at some other basketball movies. White Men Can't Jump. That was actually second place, 76 million domestic. That was Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson and Rosie Perez. Only cost them 31 million to make that. So they made a nice profit off of that.
Yeah.
Hoosiers in 1986.
Wow.
Cost
Come
them
on.
$6 million to make that.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
all. With Gene Hackman in it.
Right.
Made 28.6 million. So
That's all?
Yeah, but still
such a great movie.
We're talking tickets at the box office.
Okay.
You know, I'm sure it made way more than that in VHS rentals, Randy.
Yeah.
But,
I mean,
28.6 is still, that's almost 5 times profit right there. So they made money, and it was a critically acclaimed thing. And I'm sure they made a bunch of money on broadcasts and stuff like that. But Hoosiers is one of those kind of movies that, yeah, I'm sure that continued to make money a good deal after. But yeah, I can I just say I've never seen White Men Can't Jump. Have you seen that?
I actually have not seen that. And Jeffrey, you got to factor in too. Are these adjusted to inflation as well?
No. If we
See,
adjusted to
right,
inflation, then Hoosiers made even more money. So did White Men Can't Jump. But I'm not going to even bother adjusting Space Jam 2 to inflation because I just do not care to do so.
Well, the thing is, Space Jam.
I just don't care to do so.
You don't need to adjust Space Jam 2. The fact that Space Jam 1 made 100 million more than 2 in the 90s when it was, what, 60,000 to buy a house at times?
I feel like I just didn't care to do so. And there he just he cared to do so anyway.
I did. I do care to do so here. That shows how popular Michael Jordan was.
Oh, here's a good one. Here, quick.
Crazy.
Google this, Harris. How much did Air Bud make? And do we really count that as a basketball movie?
Come on now, it's got to be. That has to be the top grossing box office classic of all time.
If Air Bud is a basketball movie, then we also here. Let me look this up.
Get this.
Hold on, Teen Wolf.
Just under 28. Just under 28 million. But the film's budget for Air Bud was 3 million.
Yeah, I bet.
Most of that went to the dog.
25, all of it should have gone to the dog.
Teen Wolf made 33 million worldwide.
Teen Wolf
back in 19 what was that, 80 something, 85?
Teen Wolf, ladies and gentlemen.
But it had a $4 million budget and made 33 million domestically. Actually, the worldwide was 80. So Teen Wolf might, as far as profit, you want to look at this as profit, or do you want to look at this as just pure ticket sales, you know? But Teen Wolf needs to be in that conversation.
Return on investment.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, I just thought that was interesting. No basketball movie has ever made 100 million at the domestic box office.
I think that's more because there haven't been any popular modern basketball movies. But back then, there were a lot of popular basketball movies. There just wasn't as much of a profit. Like, as in, you know, you couldn't make as much, right?
Mm-hmm.
Things were cheaper. So I think if you made Space Jam 1 with today's inflation, or Hoosiers with today's inflation, it would be for sure that total and a lot more.
Hamilton Porter says, how did Joanna Mann not make 100 million? I don't know, man. Question for the ages. Bruno Baller says, what was that movie where they combined basketball and baseball together? It was Basketball, and it was South Park guys. Yes. Yeah, it was called Basketball.
Basketball.
I've only seen a couple minutes of it.
Okay. Never seen it.
Nate, well, yeah, that's not a Disney movie, so you're not allowed to watch it. Navy Brad says, trust me, you probably don't want to ever watch it.
All right.
Gosh. Triple H, when you hear people call Ralph Sir, that means suck it, Ralph. That's what the acronym is for Sir.
Suck it, Ralph.
Yeah, he just wants you to know that.
All right.
Ralph was going to be on today, and then he's like, he was too busy to be on, so he'll be on sometime next week.
What a coincidence.
Oh, shut your face, Harris. He's real.
Not a coincidence.
Hefty Lefty says, Coach Carter didn't do well at the box office either. Maybe they just all do better at home viewings.
Jeez, Coach Carter was a great movie. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's not a sexy, Marvel Universe kind of thing. Maybe it doesn't get people out.
What was the other one where it was the story about UTEP winning the national championship?
Texas Western.
Texas West. Well, yeah, but was that the name of the movie? It wasn't Texas Western.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
But that was a great movie.
Yeah. Oh, Glory Road. Glory Road.
Is that it? Glory Road?
Yeah.
That
Glory
sounds
Road.
like something iffy is happening at a truck stop. Yeah, maybe the title needed some work. Hamilton Porter says, don't know if it's a basketball movie, but Celtics Pride, that's great. I never seen that one.
Glory Road made $43 million, by the way.
Well, what did it cost to make, though?
I will be looking at that.
Sounds like just a drill with a big drill bit, and there's the hole. I don't know.
Cost $30 million. So a lot.
Slow-Mo Zoe says, hey, how about Blue Chips? That's right. That's a good one, but still didn't make that much. Abe Froman says Ralph's not real. I'm convinced this is a deep fake by the Daily Blender. I just can't begin to tell you how much we wish that were true. It's just not true. It's conspiracy theorist.
I'm with you.
Harris, I'm gonna guess you had COVID a lot. You had it.
I had it one time.
Many times.
I'll tell you.
It affected not only your sense of smell, but also your thinking skills.
Well, I'll tell you, I had COVID during like the height of freshman year in college, and it was crazy. I had to stay in the dorm, and my roommate took the TV. So I had no TV for 2 weeks, and it was just me by myself.
You had your phone.
I did have my phone.
You could watch stuff.
Yeah, I could.
Wah.
Oh my god! No empathy. Jeffrey.
No. I loved COVID.
I could be sick on the ground.
No, listen,
shaking, and you would look at me as I'm on the ground and say, "Wah, let me call the ambulance."
I'd probably call someone real. I mean, I probably wouldn't touch you. But no, I loved COVID, man. When I even caught COVID from Ralph. That's how I know he's real.
Okay.
When I got the COVID, and oh my god, I was in that room by myself. Watch whatever I want, do whatever I want, sleep when I want. And of course, I had a big ass screen TV in my bedroom, so that helped. But oh no, COVID was amazing for me. I look forward to the next pandemic. I can't wait.
It happened when the COVID pandemic happened. That was when I was at the SEC tournament. I was in high school, and they canceled it, and all the fans started booing. They announced over the intercom that it was canceled, and all these Arkansas fans. I never seen these rednecks matter in my life. They got up and started booing and going crazy. It was a crazy experience.
Yeah, no, that's
nothing's changed.
It's been 5 years, but it's still.
Yeah, I was in high school. Yeah.
Moist One says, I think Harris would like basketball and really, really relate to the character Squeak Little Bitch Scolari. I don't know what that is.
No idea.
I don't know what that is. I like I said, I tuned it across, saw a couple minutes, and I was like, no, I don't need to. Hamilton Porter says, I was going to ask Harris, were you at prom during COVID?
Yes.
Oh, Hamilton, that's mean. You know that nobody went to prom with him.
Well,
why would you do that?
I did have a prom date for COVID. Thank you very much. I went to a private redneck school in the middle of nowhere.
I am not going to the prom with my cousin Betty. I am not.
He's like, I made out at prom. I was homeschooled, but still, I made out at prom.
This is not an Alabama reference, folks. Come on.
Speaking of rednecks, Dale Earnhardt Jr. I was actually, this is a very good segue.
All right.
He is far from a redneck, but yes, go ahead.
It's a redneck sport, so that's why.
Okay.
I didn't know.
He's done very well for a redneck, but go ahead.
Yes.
Well, I didn't say rednecks were all poor.
I've seen some rich rednecks before.
Sure.
Ones that have a lot of land.
Oh, let's go. There's the Colonel Sanders.
Okay.
No, that's all I got.
Sam Pittman. Sam Pittman's probably one. No.
Junior's done very well for himself. Yes, you were gonna talk about it.
Oh, right.
Yes.
So Dale Earnhardt Jr. I guess he's got the number 8 on his car.
Yes.
And so everybody wants to build their brand. They want to make money off it. And so he wants to trademark number 8.
Yes.
Well, Lamar Jackson, also number 8. And so I guess what happened was that Lamar Jackson finds out that Earnhardt is putting up the number 8 for trademark. And he's like, wait a second. No, you can't do that. I'm number 8. I have that. And then it turns out somebody let the number 8 expire as the trademark. It's a little confusing, but all I know is that, this is not like Dale Earnhardt Jr. versus Lamar Jackson. It's just them saying, no, this is just business. So it's like, hey, well, we want the number 8. No, I got the number 8. You can't. Can we all just agree you can't trademark a number?
I would agree with that.
Can we say you can't trademark a color? A color.
I would agree with that.
Or the sky, or a day like Taco Tuesday. All these different. Can we just be
LeBron
reasonable?
Trademark Taco Tuesday.
Yes, and he failed.
Also, Dale Jr. was 88 for a while.
Well, he was 88 with Hendrick Racing.
I thought he was in his 40s.
Right. When he got into racing and he got up to the top level and got in with Dale Earnhardt Incorporated, which was his dad's racing team
Mm-hmm.
while his dad was racing. It's kind of a crazy story, but anyway, he was number 8 when he started racing for DEI. He won
Not the DEI that I'm thinking of.
No, not
Yes,
the DEI
not the
you're
DEI
thinking.
that I'm thinking of.
This is the original DEI, the
Yes,
good
yes.
DEI, Dale Earnhardt Incorporated.
So there's a
And,
bad DEI?
There was a diverse equity DEI.
Is that a bad DEI?
Randy
I didn't
pulling
say.
a
I didn't mean to say bad.
Oh,
I just
Randy-
said different.
Randy dropping a
Do tell.
tiny grenade here and just and then leaving, pulling a John Morant here.
Is that what I did? I pulled a John Morant.
Yeah,
What did
you
he do?
You did. Threw a grenade.
Oh, well, anyway,
Threw a grenade.
pardon my
yeah.
my faux pas. The bottom line is the DEI that we're talking about was DEI a long time before this one came along.
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes. Yeah. No.
Anyway,
yeah.
he
I hear
was
what you're
number
saying.
8. He was number 8.
Right. Okay.
For
Okay.
DEI.
Yeah. Yeah. I see.
Well, here's the nice thing. Dale Earnhardt Jr., he just was like, oh, Lamar wants? Okay, I'm out. He just backed off. And they avoided all the legal issues and all the money. And he's like, listen, I learned on social media about the same time everyone else did that Lamar was contesting the trademark. He wasn't suing me. He was just contesting it. And there's a part of the trademark process where if you believe somebody's applying for a trademark and it'll hurt your brand, you can oppose it. When I learned about that, I was just like, okay, I guess that's that. And then he's like, well, we could also, just trademark the font.
Well, that's
for
exactly
the
what I was
Budweiser
doing.
font for
The
the number
slanted-
8.
the
That
slanted
way,
8. Yeah.
nobody can use that. And they're like, yeah, that's cool. And so Lamar was like, yeah, that's cool. So everybody's happy now. Everything's fine. But I just thought that was pretty interesting that they're going to fight over the number 8. And it's like, you know what? There's a lot of people who have the number 8. There's a lot of people who have this, that, or the other. We just got to be more reasonable about what does get trademarked.
You're
and
right.
What doesn't.
You're right. It's ridiculous to do trademark.
We're going
a
to run
number.
out of words you can say for free.
Yeah. Yeah. Eventually.
I'll be
We'll
like,
what's going on?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. What's up, Sesame Street? Well, they can't afford to pay for the 8 unless we get support from viewers like you. So that's a good way to raise the money. But thankfully, they don't have to worry about that now.
What would happen to Channel 8?
Oh, that's right. It'll be channel
PBS Channel 8. It would be Channel
7.999. Sorry, everybody. We've had to change. We just turned the knob just a tad. We're going to send out complimentary Channel 8 business cards where you wedge it into your channel thing so it stays on channel 7.999.
Exactly.
Harris has no idea. He's like, what's this knob thing? What are you talking about?
Oh,
It's
no,
from back in the
day,
old
Harris.
days.
Yeah.
Triple
yeah.
H, back in the day.
Back before I was around, before I was a thought.
Bruno Baller says, I want them to do a 2025 parody of Back to the Future. Then Harris can go back and see 1995. Tell Bill Gates that Donald Trump is the president and see what he says.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know.
I don't really know what to
Bill
say.
Gates is still alive, isn't he?
I don't know what to say to
You know,
that.
people talk about that, how
Some of
we are
these-
now as far away from 1995 as Back to the Future 1985 was to 1955.
Oh,
But here's the thing I thought about that. It wouldn't be that big of a deal to go back to 1995. There'd be less technology, but it's not. Can I be honest? We haven't really grown, much as a culture. From 1955 to 1985, you had the moon landing. You had so much stuff going on and so much advancements in technology and television and communications and this and that.
Yeah.
From 55 to 85. Now you look at from 95 to now, we're like, oh, we got these nifty cell phones, but that's about it. It's not something that you can, you'd have a hard time figuring out, if you went back 30 years from now. So that's why you won't see a Back to the Future from 2025 to 1985.
Well, the invention of social media is pretty nuts. I mean, 2010 was one of the most.
It's the worst thing that ever happened to us.
It really is the worst thing. I would agree to you, Jeffrey. It really is the worst thing that's ever happened to us. Everyone's on their phones. Blame my generation. I know. I don't speak for all of us.
No, our generation, we started with the Blackberries and all that other stuff.
You
so.
guys did, yeah. Randy's generation, on the other hand, they didn't do any of that.
Heavy Metal Maniacs, that's a good point. By the way, I got something to ask you. Heavy Metal Maniac says local radio station KUPD is 79.9. but they're called 98 KUPD. Yeah, this is just throwback from the past.
Yeah, 97.9, right?
Yeah, 97.9 KUPD. And they just rounded up. They're like, whatever, because back in the day, the dial would just be sitting there on the 98. So just a little bit of little fibbity gibbet, and they were fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, by the way, Heavy Metal Maniacs, when I was at opening day, I was looking around for you and I realized I have no idea what you look like. So let me ask you, do you have a long ponytail? Because I didn't hear you. And then there's one guy's voice. I was kind of like, is that him? So do you have a long ponytail? If not, send a picture clothed of yourself so I can see if I saw you during opening day or not. Me and my kids were kind of like, is that him? I'm like, no, that's not him. I don't. Well, yeah, no, not that. So maybe I was wrong. So let me know. Anyways, taking a break. We'll come back. We got all kinds of stuff left to talk about. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
May I help you? I just wanted to request a late checkout, please. Of course. That's $30 per hour for up to 4 hours. Huh. Okay, but if you can offer a late checkout, then that probably means no one is staying in that room. So if it's empty, maybe I can just stay a few extra hours. Oh, aren't you adorable?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Did you know Harman Solar has gone super high tech? There's an amazing tool at harmansolar.com that'll give you an instant ballpark solar estimate using satellites from space. You just type in a little information, and within seconds, you'll have an idea of just how little money it takes to save big on that monthly electric bill. I did it, and within seconds, they measured my roof and calculated my savings. It's very impressive. Go to harmansolar.com and give it a try yourself. That's harmansolar.com.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T.
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ALL to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text ALL to 321-321. That's all to 321-321.
Hungry for something exciting? Then come experience what's new at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 Valley locations. No one does Asian-inspired cuisine better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented Teppen chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, it isn't just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is always on fire with their daily specials. Try their new $12 bar menu items, Wagyu beef and Mongolian pork sliders, chicken or beef satay, and 3 delicious flavors of chicken karaage. 2025 is on fire at Kasai with 2 locations, Scottsdale Road and Thunderbird, and now open in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's KASAI Teppen.com or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
Never again will you have to say, I missed that segment. I'm such a dinkus.
He's so lame.
Never miss an important segment, favorite host, or show again. Check out our podcast and listen whenever and wherever you want.
It's the reason Al Gore invented the internet.
Follow us on Facebook or Twitter or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Oh no. Slow-Mo Zoe says, I'm stuck in country thunder traffic. And I hate country music. I didn't know it was time for that.
That's way out at Is that at the horse place out there? What is it?
Yeah, Westworld.
Westworld.
Geez, Slow-Mo Zoe, we're sorry. Wow, just turn up the blender and we'll just try to drown out that horrible noise. Ugh. Country music is like tinnitus. Just good God, just anything.
It's the opposite of tinnitus.
Help me, please.
It's an amazing feeling.
Do you hear
Country
that,
music is
Randy?
the
My
best.
tinnitus is acting up right now. Why do
Yeah,
I hear?
yeah.
It's like a weird, annoying noise in my ear.
Harris, what you don't understand is Jeffrey O'Brien grew up in the back of a station wagon, being forced to inhale a secondhand smoke and listen to country and Western music.
Yeah, my dad would leave the windows rolled all the way up.
Yeah. So
While he smoked.
While
he has
my
grown to.
My dad at least rolled down the windows.
Shall I say, strongly dislike country and Western music.
I'm glad Kenny Rogers is dead.
Oh gosh. Why would you say that?
Ouch.
That's just terrible.
After everything I went through, I was just like, ugh.
Not very nice.
And
not very
I like Dolly Parton as a person.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear you diss Dolly Parton. You're crossing the line
She
here.
should have gone in the light too.
As a fellow Tennessean.
She should have gone in the light.
Yeah.
Is that what you just said?
The sequins,
Dark
sparkly
Thoughts
light.
with Jeffrey O'Brien.
Oh my God. You can't be serious.
I hate country music that much, man. That much.
That's crazy. Have you always hated it? Like, has it been your
Did you
whole
not
life?
just hear the story?
Yeah, I
There
didn't know
was
if
never
you
a time I
ever-
like it. Never a time that I liked country music. But here's the thing that'll confuse you. I do like the Man
Johnny
in Black.
Cash. Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny
Cash
Cash.
is
But
awesome.
he's like rockabilly, kind of almost. He was almost more rock
What do
than
you
he
What
was
do you think of
country.
Elvis? You know Elvis
Well,
guy?
he's not country.
Yeah, a little.
When
bit.
he did country,
Like
I'll
a
just turn it
tad
off.
bit.
But in
Yeah.
general, like before he got fat, he was doing rock. And afterwards, he started doing country. That tells you something right there.
Because he couldn't move to the rock show anymore.
Mhm. You can't
The rock show
gyrate.
fast him.
He just gelatinated. Yeah. So, man, we are so sorry, Slow-Mo Zoe. He's like, no, it's in Florence.
Oh, it's in Florence. Wow.
Just get out of prison? What are you doing in Florence?
Yeah.
King of Kitten says, Country Thunder. Yeah, it's in Florence off Highway 79. By the way, Kenny Rogers isn't dead. Yeah, he is.
I believe he is. Yeah.
Why would you think he's not dead? Because you heard him on some country station? He died of COVID. Okay, I don't know if that's true, but he did die March 20th, 2020.
Yeah.
Kenny Rogers.
Yeah, he did die March 20th, 2020. Don't know what the causes are.
With
but he
that
did.
work he had done to his eyebrows, it looked like he saw it coming.
Yeah, he always looked surprised. So yeah, it was just like
Ooh.
He's like this. When he was driving and he fell asleep driving, nobody could tell he was asleep. So nobody even poked him. He's like, just drove right off the road. No idea.
Eyes as wide open as a deer in headlights.
I have no idea how he died, to be honest.
Ooh.
He'd dig him up out of his grave and he'd still be like, hey, everybody. Whoa, geez. What is up with that? Oh, here we go. I don't know what he died of. He did, but I don't know. Cancer? Probably. That's the go-to. I was talking to some friends.
COVID.
No, I was talking to some friends the other day, and I was just like, "Hey, my gay friend Billy died," and they're like, "You know what he died of? Of course." And they were like, "AIDS." I'm like, "Oh no, it's cancer." It's like just because he's gay, you don't say that. That's horrible. Gay people die of cancer too. What?
Yeah.
Cancer is horrible.
Yeah. No
But,
kidding.
I mean, AIDS ain't no fun, but no, Billy was a clean man. Anyway,
Kenny Rogers died of natural causes at his home under the care of a hospice surrounded by his family.
Natural causes?
That's what it said. Natural causes.
Well, the causes can be natural, but that face certainly wasn't.
Oh.
Diamondback Dude says, did Al Gore really invent the internet so we could listen to radio stations all across the world online? No, Al Gore did not invent the internet. That's just some crap he made up. Heavy Metal Maniac says, no, I'm not working as a beer vendor there right now. Currently don't know when I'll be hawking beer there again. Last year they had an outside company come in to pair with us to do beer vending, and we're allowed to work with that company this year. So they decided they didn't want us to work with that company, and that if I want to work in the stadium, I have to work at a beer portal, and it would not be hawking beer to fans. So I'm not too happy. Oh, Heavy Metal Maniacs. That's
man.
horrible. He feels
Sorry
like
about that.
I feel like I've been kicked in the Ginobili's there.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, your call's legendary.
Yeah, man. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess that explains why it wasn't you. So,
Yeah.
man, I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that. Well, the hell with that. I'm never ordering a beer there again until
I'm
you're
never
hired.
going to a ball game there ever again. That's it.
Yeah. We're your friends and we're not honest. Hamilton Porter says, by the way, the best roller coaster, wait, who asked? At an amusement park in North Carolina, it's named the Intimidator. True to Dale, the first right turn is so intense, it had to be modified after 3 seasons because people kept blacking out from its intensity.
Wow.
Just, but again, what? Why are you telling us this?
Well,
we
we
weren't
were-
talking about
I
roller
think that's
coasters.
pretty cool, though.
We were
That's
talking
pretty
about Dale
Dale,
Earnhardt
yeah.
Jr. and they're saying that the Intimidator, his Dale
dad.
Earnhardt Sr., his dad was known as the Intimidator.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
was
And-
connected.
And they made this, which I think is kind of weird, but they made this roller coaster to have a sudden and a violent right turn, which oddly enough is what
Yeah.
killed him at the
Snap.
Daytona 500.
He was known as the Intimidator because he would drive like so close whenever he was behind. He would drive so close and intimidate the driver. And yeah, it's a pretty
Well,
Yeah.
We
he
cracked the code on that one, Harris. Thank you.
Harris, he would also move people out of the way with
Yeah.
the front
Right,
bumper
right,
of his
right,
car.
right.
He didn't just stare at you; he'd push you out of the way.
He
Yeah,
would
that's right.
move you.
That's
You
right.
had exactly 1 lap to get out of his way.
Yeah.
Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago, says, "Oh, Jeffrey, those are fighting words in the South. No self-respecting Southerner stands by when a white Yankee from the North takes pot shots at Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton."
Yes,
Well, nobody
I
said
agree.
Harris was self-respecting. He has yet to come in here and take a swing at me. So I guess
Hey,
Harris is not
I
self-respecting.
have made my stance clear.
I
am
have
a
filed
words
the form
guy.
328A.
I am a words
I have
guy.
put that in. I have filed the forms. How dare you, sir?
Oh my gosh.
We're gonna make a monster out of Harris. In 10 years
Poor
from now,
old
he'll be doing a show. I want to kick your ass.
It's gonna happen eventually.
Parents be like, "What
Eventually.
happened to poor sweet little Harris?" Daily Blender's what happened to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn right it is. It's my show now.
I
Zay,
both killed
I'm
and
gonna
ate
kick
both of
all
my
of you.
former
Destroy
co-hosts.
all of you. Both of you.
Zay says, "Crank that ride back up. I want to go. Be my guest friend." Hamilton Porter says, as a Tigers fan, I'll never forget when Kenny Rogers on us a game on the 06 World Series with Pine Tar.
What?
Oh,
Right.
cheated. That's a different Kenny Rogers, I think.
Yeah, completely different Kenny Rogers. You're talking about the pitcher.
Yeah, not this.
We're
Kenny
talking
Rogers.
about the country and western singer.
I didn't even know there was a pitcher named Kenny Rogers.
Oh yeah, there was a guy. Kenny
If your
Rogers
name
who
is
was a pitcher.
okay, now listen. If Kenny Rogers, the country star, is already famous, and you come along and your name is Kenneth Rogers, you don't go by Kenny. You don't go by Kenny because there's already Kenny Rogers. He's like, I'm Ken. I'm Ken Rogers.
Well, I mean, I'm
Don't go by Kenny.
I'm Randy White. My official name is Randy. It's on my birth certificate. It's
You-
not Randall.
yeah.
It's not Randolph.
I know.
It's Randy.
Sure, but you're more famous than the other guy.
Well, the other guy.
The other guy needs to change.
Football Hall.
No, the other guy needs to change.
The
Talking about-
Dallas Cowboy.
I'm talking about all these other mere mortals. I'm talking about you.
Oh boy.
Moist One says, got to give it to Harris. I think you'd be down a pair of headphones with any other co-host today.
Thanks, Moist One. I need it.
Yeah.
I need it.
Are those your personal headphones or are those station headphones?
These are station headphones.
All right. You're not allowed to throw headphones until you own your own. Then you can
Well,
just do whatever
you're
you
lucky,
want.
Jeffrey. There's this wall here.
Mm.
Otherwise,
Am I so lucky?
No, you're really not.
Should I walk in
I'm gonna
there and
be-
stand
I'm gonna
next
be-
to you to find out how lucky I
I'm
am?
gonna be completely honest, Jeffrey. I couldn't sock you with headphones. I couldn't.
You couldn't sock me with anything.
No, I wouldn't want to.
Exact. I'm very sweet. Slow Mo Zo.
Sweet. That's what we were thinking of.
Right. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Totally.
Hamilton Porter says, Jeffrey, look it up. Best thing he did was punch a camera, sever his tendons in his hand in April, and end his season due to tendon surgery. Are you still talking about Kenny Rogers, the pitcher?
Yeah. I
How
don't
long
know.
ago was this?
I don't even know. I really like this guy.
Kenny Rogers, the pitcher. Yeah, it was back in the 90s.
Kiss the cook. Yeah. Is that because Harris, you got to stop texting me to my phone. You got to start putting them on the text line.
Yeah.
During the show, I don't mean like ever. Also, just not after 9 p.m. Anyway, Harris sent over this thing about Nico
Iamaleava.
Sure. He, I guess, is going to sit out, or is he just has that been resolved because he wanted like a bunch more money? Are they going to give him $4 million or not?
To be determined. To be determined. They don't quite know what's going on here. To be honest with you, we need contracts.
Well,
we need contracts in college sports now.
Tell you what, we come back. Let's talk about this a little bit because somebody put some sort of law in the books, either in the Congress or Senate or something, and that is going to wipe out the NCAA and have a new governing body that is going to sort of oversee this very thing.
It would be fantastic.
We can talk about that when we come back and other assorted things too. Hey, look, there's Big George. He just showed up. He says, I'm from the North and I like Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton. What does that say about me? Bad taste? I don't know.
Southerner at heart.
We got one more hour left. Come on back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
From the Augusta National Golf Club, Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the Masters. I'm Ted Emmerich. Bryson DeChambeau's bio on social media reads content creator and pro golfer. Content creator first, by the way. He has provided plenty of content through 2 days at the 89th Masters and plenty of great shots, a couple of rounds in the 60s. DeChambeau 7 under, 1 off the lead. He told SiriusXM he has let his imagination take over.
It's been exciting, fun to hit shots that I see in my head. You know, I know what I can do on the golf course. I see it. I know it. Right as I'm about to hit it, it's like, does it happen? So it's fun to see it actually happening on the golf course under the most pressure, intense conditions, and the most difficult conditions. So it's fun to be able to do that.
Bryson DeChambeau, truly a beautiful mind. His big highlight today, holing out for birdie from the greenside bunker at 4. Justin Rose leads the way at 8 under par, just ahead of DeChambeau. You're listening to coverage of the 2025 Masters on Westwood One.
Harbor Freight knows time is money. So for our spring Black Friday sale, we're getting straight to the deals. Right now, you get 35% off jack stands, 56-inch roll caps under $800, and 2,300 PSI electric pressure washers under $190. See? Straight to the point, so you can get straight to the savings. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until April 13th, 2025, while supplies last. Limitations apply.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us too in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
The countdown is on for the 2025 NFL Draft presented by Bud Light. Watch all 7 rounds across 3 days live, April 24th through 26th. Visit NFL.com/draft for more info. Justin Rose will sleep on the lead heading into the weekend at the Masters. Rose 8 under par. Bryson DeChambeau 7 under, 1 back. Rory McIlroy made a big move the day before moving day, 6 under 66 after his even par 72. McIlroy's 2 back with Corey Connors. Scotty Scheffler all over the place on the second 9, but the reigning champion just 3 back at 5 under. 67-year-old Bernhard Langer missed the cut by a shot at his final Masters, 3 over par. Twice a Masters champion, Langer took off his visor. He ran his fingers through his hair as the patrons showered him with a standing ovation, and Langer shared an embrace with Augusta National Chairman Fred Ridley. From Augusta, I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
Harder!
everybody. It's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. And your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Harris Hicks in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And see, here's another thing. Randy, Harris and I were talking earlier, and we realized that we are still a week away from Harris having done an entire week of the Daily Blender. So there's still stuff he needs to learn. So I don't know if you know this, but in our intro there, the guy that says third hour is actually the voice of the Arizona Cardinals who does third down.
Yeah, he's the stadium announcer.
Yeah, his name is Jim Barnett. He's the nicest, greatest guy. He does a lot of work with the AIA.
I did not know that.
And
so interesting.
We found out randomly that he'd be driving home listening to us, and he would text in, and he's like, "Hey, by the way, this is the guy." And like, "No, you're not." He's like, "Yeah, I am."
That's
He's
awesome.
like, you're the guy from the Cardinals. He's like, "Yeah, yeah." Prove it. He's like, "No." And so then later, I begged him. I'm like, "Hey, why don't you do a thing for the intro?" And he did, and we've been using it ever since. So these are little tidbits of things you should know now that you're part of the show. And also, again, what I'm saying about celebrities, I ain't kidding. So, we're pretty sure that Ryan Fitzpatrick flipped me off once. On the text line.
Who are some other celebrities you guys have encountered on here?
We, well, boy, I don't know, Randy. I mean, we had Urlacher on. Who else?
Urlacher's on. There was a couple of Diamondbacks that were listening.
Oh, that's right. You guys gave him the Diamondback bump.
Gave him the Daily Blender bump.
Because the Diamondbacks weren't playing that great, and then the couple of guys came on the show, and next thing you know, dingers.
Yeah, they were playing well. Yeah.
I mean, there's only one reason why they started hitting dingers. It's because they came on the Daily Blender.
Well,
I give Randy credit for that.
The Blender
I don't know about that, but Nick Ahmed came on the air, and then
Ahmed,
and then I can't remember there was a pitcher that came on, and he went out that night and had a great outing. So, and Ahmed went out the night that he called us. The day that he called us that night, he went out and went 3 for 4 with a home run.
And then Brian Urlacher got hair.
Mm-hmm. No, he had it when he showed up.
Did he?
And the story that when he came in, I made sure I was wearing all my Colts gear.
That's right.
Yeah.
Closest I've ever been to being beaten up on my own show. But we've had tons of celebrities on. I can't remember everybody because in the history of the Blender, we had Sugar Ray Leonard, we had Golden Boy. I always forget his name. The boxer, Golden Boy. That guy.
Sugar Ray Leonard's a big name.
Oh yeah, Buster Douglas. We've had tons of TV and stars, and we've had a crap ton of comedians. We might want to
tons of comedians.
Try to get back to having comedians on again.
Oscar De La Hoya.
Oscar De La Hoya. That's right. Mm-hmm. And some people we've forgotten, but that we've had on the show. So
Ted Emmerich. We've had Ted Emmerich on.
When did we have Ted Emmerich on?
No, we didn't. Oh, I was just throwing it out.
He was on the commercial break. That counts.
Can I just say why that's funny? Is because Big Georgia says, "Oh God, did Ted Emmerich of Westwood One really say that Bryson DeChambeau has a beautiful mind?" The same guy who defected from the PGA to the Saudi-backed Live Golf Tour. Beautiful mind.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Yeah.
There's just one person I want on the show that we haven't had yet.
Who's that?
And we haven't tried that hard, but it's Kevin Harlan. Kevin Harlan, the guy who does Monday Night Football. Also, you've seen our shrine to Kurt Warner in here.
Yeah.
We had a chance of having him on the show, but then one of the previous co-hosts blew it. A previous co-host was giving him a hard time for some stuff he said about kids playing football and CTE. And so he just started, and I couldn't in good conscience bring Kurt Warner in front of that firing line. So there was a day here at the radio station, we're doing the show, and then the producer is like, Kurt Warner is on Money Radio right now. I'm like, you're lying. He's like, no. So I walk out to the hallway. Kurt Warner and I meet in the hallway, and he smiles at me, and I smile at him. And I have this inner dialogue at this time going, oh, it's Kurt Warner. I should ask him to come in. No, I can't, because then this other guy's going to say stupid stuff, and Kurt Warner is going to hate us. But all this is real-time inner dialogue, so all Kurt Warner got was me doing this.
Yeah.
Just smiling at him like an insane person. So he's like, hey. I'm like,
what's
hey.
up,
And he's just like, well, I'll see you later. And he walks off. I came back in. I think I made the right decision because I didn't want Kurt Warner to end up hating us because this idiot that was on the show. So now we're Well, I don't know. Jury's out, but we're mostly idiot free on the show. You wouldn't say anything that would embarrass us to Kurt Warner, would you?
No, of course not.
All right, so we
I like
could
Kurt Warner.
we could try to get him
Other
back.
than him ending the Titans Super Bowl dreams.
Okay, we can't have Kurt Warner on now.
It's the end of that.
Although
I might get emotional.
Okay, we definitely can't have Kurt Warner on until his day off or something. So
hey, listen, as Herm once told me, winning the game is what you have to do. That's why
not
you
what
play.
he said,
It's
Randy.
winning
That's
the
not
game
what he said.
to play, and then you have to win.
Oh my God,
that's what he told me.
It's not what he said. It's not what he
Very,
said or
very
how he said
passionate
it.
about it. Yeah,
very passionate.
Playing the game means winning is everything.
Firefighter says, have you given the new guy the nuclear codes? You might need those if the silent alarm goes off. No, only I've got the codes. Only me.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the cook says, here's a thought. If players are recruited and committed to a college and the following year enter the portal, whatever college he transfers to should be required to pay back 50% of what the previous college paid him.
Well, this is why we need contracts. We need legal binding contracts. Because, for example, this tennis thing that's going on at Tennessee with Nico Iamaleava.
Figures is Tennessee.
Right. Oh,
I don't
You've
have
been coming at Tennessee today.
Nothing. I have no problem with Tennessee. I just enjoy that it bothers you.
It does bother me. You could come at me, but Tennessee.
I do what I want.
No.
I do what I want.
Well,
See,
I mean,
you've
okay.
just firmly put a bullseye in Tennessee now. You know that, right? You did that yourself. You did this.
I gotta think here.
You
I
did
gotta learn.
this.
I'll say this though. So here's the issue with
What will
what's
you
going
say?
on with college.
I like that
football.
you announced that you're going to say something before you say it instead of just saying it.
Okay.
This is how we mock your draft too, by the
Dude,
way.
this is how you guys are gonna.
We're just
mock
warming
my
up.
draft.
We're gonna
You're
mock.
just freaking
We're mocking
warming
your
up, man.
existence right now.
Warming up.
Just mock the hell out of your draft.
Oh,
All right. So before you get into your thoughts,
oh yes,
save your thoughts because let me explain to everybody what is going on.
Yes,
and why this is all going to be relevant about the NIL stuff. So there's a new bill in Congress, and this is going to change quite a bit if it passes and becomes a thing. It's called the Restore College Sports Act, and here's what'll happen. What they want to do is get rid of the NCAA for something called the American College Sports Association, and they have a commissioner appointed by the president, I believe, of the United States.
Wow.
And then terms, the teams would include sharing of NIL funds amongst the student athletes, equal distribution of broadcast revenue, and the ability to transfer freely from one school to another. I think that means no more transfer portal. There'll probably be periods of time like you do in professional sports, but every student sounds like they're a free agent.
I'm going to be honest. I agree with the complete just wiping out the existence of the NCAA. They have proven that they are incapable of being a valid governing body in sports.
The NCAA is toast.
Yes.
But
we can
here's
say
another
that.
part of this. One of the things they put up
Yeah.
is that a coach's maximum annual salary would be limited to 10 times the full cost of attendance at such institutions. So if the tuition was $100,000, I don't know if they're going for full 4 years, how this works. If it's $100,000, then he's only allowed to make $1 million.
So
That-
Harvard could just pay their coaches insane money. I don't agree with
How
that.
much is
Are you kidding me?
let me read this again. A coach's maximum salary be limited to 10 times the full cost of attendance. So that is career
To attend
like
this
for
school?
4 or 8 years. I don't know, for 4 years. So it's a 4-year tuition cost times 10 is what you can pay a coach.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of coaches are going to be grossly underpaid.
Also,
well, not only that, but you know what's going to happen. The institutions are going to raise the tuition so high so they can get the best coaches. And now, whatever happened to higher education? Whatever happened to kids going to school and getting a degree?
Oh, all the other kids will do that, not the players. Come on.
Well, that's what I'm
Come
talking
on.
about.
It's never been that way.
Well, that's
They
what I'm
never
talking
have.
about. And it's just going to. I don't know that I like this whole thing.
It's
I mean,
no
are these,
different than it's ever been.
Let me
Are
say
these
this, yeah.
are these athletes going to be students at schools now, or are they going to be employees of the
Both.
institution?
This doesn't solve anything with the transfer portal. The issue with the portal is that there's no contracts and there's no time commitments. This says any player can transfer freely from any school, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't solve any of that. I think the thing in college sports, a new governing body would be great. But most importantly, what we need right now is contracts.
What we need right now is love, sweet love.
I was just going there, man.
I'm so tired of that song now that played in that commercial
Thanks,
all the
Randy.
time.
Appreciate that. But so the issue at Tennessee, okay, with what's going on with Nico Iamaleava.
Oh, sorry. Oh, Nico. Oh, I thought you were going the body odor direction. But go ahead. Yeah,
this
Nico.
This directly relates. So he got offered a $4 million per year NIL deal at Tennessee. Okay, and he took it. But there's no legally binding contract. So he can go and he can hold out at Tennessee and say, I want $6 million. And there's nothing you can do because there was no contract. And he can threaten to transfer because there's no legally binding agreement. So that governing body essentially wouldn't be creating that. There would be no contracts. At least that's not what's proposed in the form. So right now, what the NCAA, what college sports needs more than anything with this portal madness and everything going on is contracts. So,
well, I don't read anything here about contracts.
Yep.
But
make a big fuss about that because that's what it needs.
Kiss the Cook is like, no elected by president. For God's sakes, no. Should be chosen by a majority of college presidents.
I don't agree with that at all.
Well, why is the president of the United States better equipped to pick a commissioner for college than the college presidents?
Here's my question. Why are we trying to federalize college sports now?
Well, somebody put this bill up for this.
And it's probably needed, but why doesn't college sports, college football and college basketball
felt like the SEC and some of these other people were trying to head that direction, but Congress is just trying to help according to whoever this is.
Yeah. It's a step above from what we have at the current moment with the NCAA. That is at least a positive.
And I don't know how the country or Congress can then come in and dictate that there will be an institution for the governing of college sports. That I don't know if that doesn't really ring right with me either. That they're coming in trying to say, "Hey, we're going to do this."
Yeah.
And now I feel like some of these schools are on their way to getting this sorted out themselves. Or the problem is if you end up with another NCAA in the process.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. And what they're trying to do is make it into a government institution and not necessarily a product. Like the NFL, that's a product. The NBA, that's a product. They're trying to make this federalized, which makes me wonder, like, why? Why exactly are they doing that? So, that's my
nature
thought.
abhors a vacuum. That's why. And here's the thing: as bad as the NCAA is, it just seems like all the colleges are going to fight with each other, and nothing is going to get done.
Yeah,
somebody or something's got to step up. But it does make me itchy that it's the government behind it.
And you know what? This only benefits so you can pay a coach 10 times. A maximum of 10 times the amount of your attendance. So the only schools this benefits is the Cal Berkeleys, the Harvards, the Stanfords, schools that don't really care about football. They care more about academics. Why are you saying that those schools can spend more than schools in the SEC when schools in the SEC and Big Ten are willing to spend more?
So you'll need to submit your thoughts in writing to Republican Michael Baumgartner from Washington.
Yep.
And he won't care what you think because he's from Washington. But still, that's the guy who's putting the bill up. So.
I did see that. Yeah.
Diamondback Dude says, why are there so many unsolved murders in Tennessee? I'll tell you why. There's no dental records. Everyone there has the same DNA. You can't. CSI Tennessee would just be like, I don't know what you want to do. I don't know. There's just not much we can do here.
This is true. I admit it.
Our hands are tied.
Tennessee is such a great state too, known for the toothbrush, because if it was anywhere else, it'd be known as the teeth brush.
Right.
This is correct, Randy.
Whoop, whoop. You know why I pulled you over? Why is that? You smiled and I saw way too many teeth. You ain't from around here.
It's true. I admit it.
Horn Ninja says, happy Friday, gents. So where exactly is the transfer portal? Is it outside the locker room, or is it in the athletic director's office? Is it sparkly like Stargate? I'm asking for a friend.
Sort of.
Nobody
yeah,
really
exactly
knows,
right. And H University The portal is a different location. Sometimes it's outside the locker room. Sometimes it's on the football field.
If
You
that
can't
was
really see it
a
on TV.
real thing where you actually got to go through a portal. People
That would be cool.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's
Like
in the
for
fourth
no
dimension.
reason I'd go through the portal.
Maybe it's in the fourth dimension.
No, it would be in the fifth
The
dimension.
fifth dimension. Oh,
Just
fifth
for fun, I'd go through the portal.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Constantly be going through the portal.
But if you end up at
Right.
USC, then you'd have to get out of there. fast.
Oh, sorry. I just threw up in the portal. Yeah.
Mhm.
contaminated the portal.
So that's a good point. I mean, I feel like college sports needs somebody to step up and be a grown up. But
Right.
if it ends up being the government, I don't know how many good things have ever followed the government trying to come in and run stuff like this.
Yeah, exactly. I think college sports needs to understand that there's money involved for the athletes now and needs to operate like an NFL, like an NBA, a sports league, a product, not a federalized built thing.
Mm.
That's how I see it.
You realize that making this a business is what's really happening, because it's only
Yeah,
fair
it is.
because the players have borne billions of dollars on their backs that
They
they've
have.
seen not a dime from in 100 years.
They have.
And now that is changing. So when this changes, it is forcing the governing body to adjust. Well, it's also going to have to force the student body to adjust. And the next thing that's probably going to need to happen is some sort of a student union that can interact with the governing body the same way in every sport we have. There's the owners, there's the union.
Yep.
There's the owners, there's the union. Well, here in college, there's the governing body, here's a union.
Yeah, you know what needs to happen is all the commissioners, like Big 10, SEC, Big 12, you name it, all the coaches, all the players, all of the higher ups in the schools need to get together and form their own product here and take initiative. That's
Well,
how I see it.
They're all bumping into each other right now. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Firefighter says, wow, I sincerely hope that the parents of Harris are not listening to today's show. They'd be very upset with all this Tennessee hate. But
They would be.
That said, it's all true, though.
Oh my gosh. They would be upset.
Kiss the Cook says it's taxable income government wants to get their hands on. They're going to get the taxes from the income anyway. So their hands will be on the taxed money.
Right.
That doesn't mean they got to be running the store. So
Yeah, we need people. Here's the issue. We need people who care about college sports in charge, and we don't have that. That's it. Point
well,
blank.
we'll see how this all goes. So college sports better start getting its house in order before something like this has to happen.
Right.
All right, let's take a break. Come back. We'll try to talk some football. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
From the Augusta National Golf Club, Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the Masters. I'm Ted Emmerich. Rory McIlroy forcing his way back into contention on a windy Friday afternoon. McIlroy flashing determination after the two double bogeys late Thursday. He posted a 6 under 66. Rory is 6 under overall and 2 off the lead.
I was so frustrated last night because I played so well, and you can make these big numbers from absolutely nowhere. On this golf course, just like the most benign position. So it was a good reminder last night that you just really have to have your wits about you on every single golf shot. And then today, you know, when the second shot was in the air, it was a little touch and go. Even where the ball finished, like sort of on the slope, I was thinking of running just to mark it to make sure it wasn't going to run back down the hill.
And yet it did not run down the hill. McIlroy made par there. He was bogey free today. Birdies at 2, 10, 11, an eagle at 13, and another birdie at 15. Justin Rose leads at 8 under par. You're listening to coverage of the 2025 Masters on Westwood One.
Every day when we're on the road, people around us endanger themselves and others by looking at their phones while driving. There's the sneak-a-peeker who darts their eyes between the road and their texts, or the night lighter who illuminates their car after dark. If that's you, reconsider before you find yourself becoming the fender benderer, the got-a-ticketer, or worst of all, the driver who killed someone. Put the phone away or pay. Paid for by NHTSA.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans.
Hungry for something exciting? Then come experience what's new at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 Valley locations. No one does Asian-inspired cuisine better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented Teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, it isn't just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is always on fire with their daily specials. Try their new $12 bar menu items, Wagyu beef and Mongolian pork sliders, chicken or beef satay, and 3 delicious flavors of chicken karaage. 2025 is on fire at Kasai with 2 locations, Scottsdale Road and Thunderbird, and now open in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's KASAI Teppen.com or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
It's money time for the NFL. Free agent money.
The money is obscene.
The free agent period is about to start, and some big names are looking to make a deal. Who will rake it in? Who will get turned away?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Which teams are buying and which teams are sitting on the sideline? We're all over the free agency scene. We're 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, your home for the NFL.
Dave Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. I like that promo, Randy, but anybody listening at home that has dogs hates you right now.
Why is that?
You got a doorbell in that commercial.
Oh, sorry about that, man.
It's like having a car siren on a radio ad in drive time. Everybody's like, oh, geez.
Maybe I should have a car siren and a crash.
Followed by a doorbell.
Yeah.
Put a cat meowing, why don't you? Really get them dogs to go crazy. You know, here's something that sort of struck me. I saw this story about the cops arrested this 70-year-old lady. She's a foster mom, and they arrested her on child abuse charges last weekend. And it wasn't so much that she was abusing or mistreating, but she did try to trade the child for a monkey.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait,
where was
what?
this? Where was this?
Tennessee. No, it's Texas. And,
I was about to say
one of your neighbors. Anyway, yeah. So, hold on a second here. No, St. Louis. She was in St. Louis. The monkey was in Texas.
That checks out.
Right.
Totally checks out.
A monkey in Texas.
Sure.
Wow. Okay.
So here's what happened: is she started talking to this guy, and exotic animal guy, and she likes the exotic animals, and he's like, hey, I got this monkey. And she's like, I would love the monkey. And he's like, well, it's going to cost you this much. She says, well, I don't have that money. Is there something we could barter? And
wow.
So,
oh my God,
that is a very disturbing thing. Now, as a parent of children, actual children, I find this, horrible. But as somebody who might like a monkey.
You want a monkey?
Kind of.
Oh, that's right. You want a monkey.
I kind of understand. And then I start
you want to punch a zebra.
I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
There's two sides to this.
But here's the thing I'm thinking is like,
Clearly.
which one of my kids would I trade for this monkey if I had the
Question that
opportunity?
needs to be asked.
Teenagers.
Yeah, there's certain ages where you were like, take them all.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty messed up. This woman, and by the way, you want to see her? This looks like a woman who would trade a kid for a monkey.
Oh my God.
There's no surprise to anyone who knows.
Oh my gosh,
this woman,
my gosh.
Brenda Deutsch, that she would trade.
Deutsch.
70 years old, doesn't look a day over. But yeah, she's fostered like 200 kids over the years. I might start interviewing some of them. Just saying. But,
okay. All right.
It's horrible. You're like, but, well, it was about a monkey.
Who doesn't
like
want
Chris
a monkey?
Rock says, I'm not saying it's right. I am saying I understand.
Right.
But
who doesn't want a monkey?
But if it's a monkey, what kind of monkey is it? I mean,
yeah, you got to be careful, Harris.
Spider monkey.
A little monkey. The worst thing he'll do is maybe nip at you and throw some poo. Bigger monkeys will rip your face off.
Oh yeah, they'll tear your face right off.
You don't want to mess with a chimpanzee.
No.
Oh, totally not.
Brutal.
Have you done that, Jeffrey?
No.
Okay.
I was smart enough that when I saw the story where the woman in France actually had her face removed by a monkey.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That's enough for me to know I don't need to be around a chimpanzee.
Yeah, good call.
And I saw what the orangutan could do on Every Which Way But Loose.
Oh yeah.
It's just knocking people out. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to get an orangutan,
Right.
but a little bitty bit of monkey, like the one from Indiana Jones. Oh, except for the way it died. Bad dates. But still, and then later you're like, oh, I don't want that monkey. Why? It's a Nazi monkey.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing a little Sig Heils like Elon Musk. And you're like, I don't want that monkey. That's not a monkey for me. But there's plenty of other nice monkeys. Anyway, there was a point. Do you like monkeys?
Me personally?
Yeah.
No.
Harris, you like monkeys?
I like them to be in the zoo. That's what I like them to be.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I like to watch monkeys. I don't think I'd want to be cleaning their crap off the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
Let somebody else do that.
So, yeah, on second thought, I don't think I need a monkey. Hefty Lefty says, yeah, the monkey might not get along with Schrock. Oh, that's a good point.
No.
Schrock, by the way, Boogie, one of our listeners, and we share custody of a kangaroo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How is this determined?
Well, the kangaroo stays at his house most of the time because I have confused Boogie to thinking it's his turn a lot.
Right.
Because those things will do damage as
Boogie
well.
seems easily confused. So kangaroos, dude, those things, when they start punching,
yeah, it's over.
Man, you get in a boxing match with that thing, he turns into Muhammad Ali.
You don't want to do that.
You know.
Yeah, and another thing you probably need to know, being the new guy, is my make-a-wish, if I ever get terminally ill, is to punch a zebra.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's up to you and I.
Why zebra
to
more
make
than
that
any
happen.
other animal?
They're arrogant, douchey, like, oh, look at me, I'm a zebra. They seem like they need to be put in their place. Now, here's the thing. I understand what could happen. More than likely, I'll break my fist because that's a solid, zebra face. And then the zebra is probably going to take exception and probably trample me.
Oh, yeah.
But listen, it's my make-a-wish. I don't have to explain it to everybody.
Well, I've seen zebras. They're not that big. I don't know that a zebra
they're not.
would trample you, Jeffco.
Oh, they're bigger than me.
I get that vibe with geese.
Oh, no.
Geese, on the other hand, they seem like they act like they're better.
Well, that's why I don't want to hurt a goose because they'll murder you. They're murderous.
Geese are just a-holes is all they
just
have.
Complete I'm unapologetic.
Worst bird ever.
Oh, yeah.
100%. Not even close.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, whatever you do, don't spank your monkey because it'll make you go bananas.
That's good advice.
Thanks, Heavy Metal.
Great advice. Seems like he's been there.
Yeah, corporal punishment and a monkey, dude, that doesn't mix. Big George says, did you guys see that Patrick Peterson is re-signing with the Arizona Cardinals on Monday he can retire as a Cardinal? He's not going to play around. Calais Campbell's going to play, which I'm really happy about.
Oh, yeah, I'm happy about that.
Hey, Patrick Peterson, that's a future Hall of Famer right there.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
He just really disappointed the Cardinals.
What?
Yeah, Randy, go ahead.
Oh, no.
How did he disappoint the Cardinals?
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me?
You weren't here, man. You weren't here. You didn't see it.
You don't remember the fallout from Patrick Peterson?
No.
I don't think it happened when he was here.
It's like a 3-time first team All Pro.
No,
he's a Cardinal for a while.
That was when he was younger, and then he got paid, and he got a little older, and he thought he was all that. So,
and then he started to not produce in the moments that mattered,
and then he started to talk while he was not producing.
Yeah, he said some things that angered the locals, but that's for sure.
Yeah, at the Phoenix Open. Yeah.
So Patrick Peterson wants to come back and he wants to retire a Cardinal, and the Cardinals fan said, "Okay." Firefarter says, just to upset Randy, what you should do is have your Make-A-Wish, punching a zebra, but at a Savannah Bananas game.
Why would that piss me off?
Well, then you'd probably say I should do it at a Major League Baseball game.
You don't care where you punch a zebra. You just want to punch a zebra.
I just don't even care. If it's a 7-Eleven,
What do you think the zebra is going to do when you punch it?
Probably come at me.
I have no. I don't think so. I
You
don't
gotta
think
be
so. If
prepared
you
for
really
this.
catch that zebra just right, I think you can knock
Just
it
in
down.
the face.
Dude, I'm not trying. Listen, I'm not delusional. Look at the size of that face, the giant face. I got to come at it. Sure, it's going to be a cheap shot because the zebra is never going to see that coming.
Absolutely.
Even if I come up to it like this, he's like, "What's this idiot doing?" Pop. Like, why did this? Why? The zebra is probably just going to have a lot of questions.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll be like, you know why?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go to the hospital and get my hand fixed because it'll be broken.
Oh, you'll definitely break your hand. I mean, the size of the jaw on a zebra.
See what I'm saying?
Massive.
But you really got to catch it in the jaw, Jeffco.
I'm not looking to win.
Yeah. You can't miss this opportunity here.
No,
I think you'll not. My money's on you to knock the zebra down.
No.
Oh yeah.
I'll take a good shot at it, but I just don't see that coming. I just know. I know how this goes.
And it'll fall down. That'll give you a chance to run.
Hefty Lefty says orangutans are outrageously strong as well. I remember seeing a tug of war between a sumo wrestler and an orangutan, and that ape just sat there and toyed with a sumo wrestler till it got bored, and it only took about 3 yanks for him to win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're talking about tug of war.
What is a sumo wrestler doing wrestling an orangutan?
Japanese like a lot of weird stuff.
Tug of war is what it was.
Hamilton Porter says, so Randy, Nick Ahmed didn't accept his NICS ring because he gave it to the blender? His NLCS ring.
So no, he didn't give any rings to us. He called. He wanted to be on the show, and he wanted to talk about something that he was doing. Okay. And it was for a charity, and we gladly accepted. If we're anything, we're charitable here at the Daily Blender. I mean, just look at the website, you'll see the charity that we're involved in almost all the time. But listen, he was on the air, and then just because he was on the air, we had things you don't know about Nick Ahmed, and we asked him questions, and then he was very fun to talk to, and then he went out and went 3 for 4 with a home run, a double, and he drove in several runs.
Not a coincidence, by the way.
I know it was a blender bomb.
Randy, did you give him any tips on his swing?
No, I didn't.
Just
have
being
to give
in
him
close
any
proximity was enough.
That helps
I think
enough.
that's what it was. He was on the phone with him.
And, he knew it.
Yeah, and I was sitting where you're sitting when we talked to Nick Ahmed, so I was the closest to him.
Okay,
you see.
Liquid Courage says male zebras have 1.5 inch canine teeth and 10 times the bite strength of a horse. Maybe I'm brave and I don't even know it.
That's crazy.
Well, you would be dying, so who would you care? I mean, what would be the big deal?
So be a base slapper says, yeah, zebras bite hard. Listen, my hope is run up, punch them, run away.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hang around for the aftermath.
No. Don't stand and pose over them. Don't do that.
Yeah.
You just and leave.
Not going to start a brawl at a NCAA baseball game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So another thing was very surprising, and maybe not surprising. Maybe it's surprising that it came to fruition as fast as it did. Here's what I got to tell you: NFL revenue has passed $23 billion in the last fiscal year. Can you believe that? It's up to $23 billion. Back in 2010, Roger Goodell was like, "Hey, you know what I want? I want to see us making $25 billion by 2027." Wow, he got there. He's just $2 billion short. Absolutely, they'll be making $25 billion by 2027. So now what'll happen is off this $23 billion, teams will get $416 million that'll be distributed from the shared TV. The sponsorships, the licensing revenue, and it's an 8.9% increase over last year's 382. But here's the thing: 416 million they're making, it's coming back at them. Now that doesn't include even the money they're making on their own. The teams are making by themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Ticket sales and all that. Yeah.
So the teams are making a crap ton of money. The NFL as a group is splitting up 23 billion, and the team gets another 416 million. And the NFL cap right now is 279. Everybody's making money.
Oh yeah,
in the NFL. So don't ever feel sorry for them.
Good to be a professional football, a part of that NFL program. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the most profitable athlete these days is probably an NBA player. Because while the NFL makes the most league per total, I think per player, the NBA's, you only got 12 players on that team. So that is crazy.
Sure, the amount of profit, but the NBA does it They're not
No.
coming close to
No,
NFL
they're
money
not
at
even
this point.
close. Yeah, nothing is.
Bruno Baller says, Jeffrey, was the band Zebra a little before your time? They had a hit in the 80s called Who's Behind the Door. I've never heard of them. Randy?
No, I've never heard of Zebra. Who's behind the door?
It's really familiar for me for some reason.
Hmm.
I don't know. Rings a bell. Huh.
You know what else rings a bell? Quasimodo. Thank you. Hefty Lefties. What's this? Oh, you read that. Big George says, I remember when you had those. Okay, I'm not going to talk about those comics. A couple of gals that came on.
Oh, that was rough that day.
They thought
Wow.
they were coming in to fight, and we were just being nice to them, and that made them angry.
They didn't know what to expect. Here's Zebra. Who's behind the door?
Okay, let's hear that.
Let's hear a few seconds of this here.
Hope there's no swearing in it.
Doesn't look like it.
No.
Have you ever heard this? I've never heard
No.
this.
No, I haven't. But I like it.
We're going to get flagged.
Probably, you think?
Yeah, no, play it anyway. Go ahead.
All right. Oh, this is the 1983 rare studio version. Hang on a second. Let me see if I can go to the real one.
Fine. I don't need to hear
let's
more
go to
of
the
it.
real one here.
Okay. Sounds
let me see
exactly
here.
like the original.
Hey, it does. By golly.
Is there a part that's going to, like,
I
are they
don't
going to
know.
sing or anything?
Let's see if I can move along here.
We sailed away.
Hmm.
We walked 2,000
What a piece of garbage song this
Yeah,
is.
I don't ever want to hear that
What?
song again.
I like that song.
Of course you do.
I didn't even hear the hook, and I
kinda
don't want to hear
vibey.
it. And by the way,
He's
Jeffrey,
like, that was a lot like Nickelback. That was
there's
great.
Nothing like
that was
Nickelback.
kind of Creedish.
Nothing like Nickelback or
That was
Creed.
great.
they actually have a best of, and do you know what's on the album cover? The best of?
Just that one song.
No, a zebra. That's what's on the album cover.
Well, it's
the
the name-
best of Zebra.
That's the
brand.
name of their
Yeah.
band. But
That's
What was
that's
that?
it.
What was
Yeah.
that song called?
all right, now I have a new Make-A-Wish. I want to
Yeah.
punch the members of the band Zebra.
Well, there's 3 of them, so yeah.
Line them up.
All right.
Here's what I do. You line them up and have them go face to face to face. I'll punch the first guy and see if the third guy feels it. Just
like
one
that.
hit. Boom. And then see
Yeah.
if the punch energy transfers from face to face to face.
Yeah, I didn't even get to the hook of this song. I don't want to hear
It's
it.
probably
again. Zebra.
better. Probably for the best. So we don't
Wow.
need to hear it. I don't think
All
so.
right. Well, there you go.
Bruno Baller, 5-minute penalty for bringing that music to our attention and then we playing it and hating
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, yeah. We hate that song.
Yeah. All right. So listen, we got to take a break. When we come back, we've got on this date in Big George's sports history. I'll try to talk a little more NFL because I feel like we only talked one thing about it. So it's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother got life insurance from Ethos, and it only took 10 minutes. And he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online, no medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit ethos.com/score. Ethos.com/score.
Sample Rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Hi, guys. Jeffrey O'Brien here. Have you ever gone to HarmonSolar.com? Well, you really need to because everything you ever wanted to know about how solar power can save you big on your monthly electric bill is right there. It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment they use, look at how they do things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from happy customers, and I hear they got a pretty good podcast too. Check it out. Go to HarmonSolar.com. That's HarmonSolar.com.
Bring spring to your door with Target Circle 360. Get all you need for Easter hosting, spring get-togethers, and more with unlimited same-day delivery through Target Circle 360. From Easter basket goodies to fresh florals, getting everything the same day is easy. Open the Target app and bring the magic of the season to your door with unlimited same-day delivery through Target Circle 360. Visit target.com/circle or the Target app for more details. Subscription required. Same-day delivery is subject to terms. Applies to orders over $35.
Hungry for something exciting? Then come experience what's new at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 Valley locations. No one does Asian-inspired cuisine better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented Teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, it isn't just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy Hour is always on fire with their daily specials. Try their new $12 bar menu items, Wagyu beef and Mongolian pork sliders, chicken or beef satay, and 3 delicious flavors of chicken karaage. 2025 is on fire at Kasai with 2 locations, Scottsdale Road and Thunderbird, and now open in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's KASAI Teppen.com or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
Now, you can be the guy that eventually gets bits and pieces of the latest news. Or you can get the whole story when it breaks. The NFL is always in season here.
That's how we do it.
Follow us on Facebook or Twitter. Or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So this makes sense, but I think we could wait longer. Let me explain.
All right.
So the NFL is saying, I think we'll have a schedule release by mid-May.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I guess.
Yeah.
You got the draft April 24th. Gives them a couple of weeks, 3 weeks maybe.
Yeah.
Figure it out. 13th or 14th, something like that. And they come out with a schedule. Gives them time to kind of take a look and see what's good. I would rather they wait in until June.
Why is that?
Really spend some time on this. Run some simulations. Do whatever it takes to take a look at your schedule. So then you can absolutely do a better job picking the best games. In fact, I'd be happy to wait until August 1st to see the NFL schedule. Now, I know a lot of people want to plan going to see the games, right? I'm not talking about that schedule. Go ahead and poop out your schedule. I'm talking about the broadcast schedule. I want to wait until the last damn minute before you come at me with a broadcast schedule, because you need to be through training camp and getting ready for maybe even wait until a game of preseason. I don't even care before you tell us what the broadcast schedule is going to be.
Do they already
get
have
the best games on Monday, Thursday, Sunday night football?
I see what you're saying, but do they have the preseason schedule already figured out?
I don't know.
You know what would be cool is if they turned NFL schedule broadcasting schedules into a big TV thing. Like CBS has the first pick and then Fox has the second, and then all of a sudden, and then they keep going. I think that would be fantastic if they did that one day. I think that's what they should do.
I just want them to wait until they absolutely know that they have the best matchups for Monday, Sunday, Thursday, and then Sunday afternoon. Have that one that's on broadcast TV.
Yeah.
Because, I get it. Everybody wants to see their game. I get the Sunday ticket because if I didn't, I'd hardly ever see a Colts game. But but treat the fan base right. Have your best games. Make sure there's a good one Sunday morning, broadcast it. Make sure there's a good one Sunday afternoon, broadcast it. And then the Monday, Thursday, and Sunday. Make sure those are good.
But they can't do that because they have to get the schedule out.
Why?
So that the teams can start selling ticket packages.
No, here's the thing. I didn't say that. What I said was they have the schedule, fine. Then the broadcast people say, okay, we're going to change it to this. We're going to say that's a Sunday night game. That's a Monday night game. That's whatever game.
Right.
So you can have the basic schedule. I mean, there's all kinds of sports. They'll say, yeah, this game is going to be on Sunday, September, whatever.
Yeah.
We just don't know what time yet. But people still like, oh, yeah, we're going to buy the tickets. We're going to be there. We don't care what time it is.
Right.
That allows the flexibility of the NFL to kind of get a vibe of what is happening and schedule it. So they don't have to do stuff like changing the schedule 3 weeks before, shifting games from this to that. You get a better idea of what the good games are early on if you wait longer.
And what if networks could trade games? And that was the thing too.
Why would they do that?
If you want to flex a game,
Why would they
If you're like
trade?
CBS goes to Fox,
There's-
it's like, hey, like take this game,
never
but we
happened.
want this game here.
No, never
Just an
happened. Here's
idea.
why. It'll never happen because there's a winner and a loser in every one of those transactions, and no network wants to be the loser in that transaction.
Right. Maybe one network sees a game that's better than the other, though. Just a thought. But anyway, I agree with you in June. I think that's a good time because the NFL draft talk is going to be a thing throughout May. And then June, the NFL kind of chills, has this dead period before OTA start in July. So I think June would be great for the schedule.
I think
release.
July. I think August 1st. I think wait until you can announce your preseason
Why
schedule.
wait
as soon as
until
you want.
July?
I'm talking for the broadcast schedule because I want to wait till training camp is happening. I want to wait till we've had some preseason games before the broadcast schedules start getting sorted out.
Yeah.
And this might affect some of a limited amount, but some of the games where they were going to be on Sunday morning, now they're at Sunday night, or they were going to be on Sunday, but now they're on Thursday. Figure out that stuff. I mean, I know that a lot of this also hinges around making sure that people who have the European games or people who have Thursday night football games, scheduling it to where if that happens here, then okay, they get the week off, and then that happens. Some of that stuff you just can't figure out and schedule around. But I think the longer they wait, the more likely you are broadcast wise to have the best matchups. And I think the audience deserves that.
What if they did it like weekly? Like instead of the preseason, like every Monday they had all these games.
Suddenly announce the broadcast schedule?
Like they announce it every week.
I think
it could be like a Tuesday, they announce it.
Here's the problem with that. The broadcasters can't mobilize that fast. I think that if you tell a TV network, okay, we're going to go to this stadium, we're going to broadcast, they need prep time. So when you watch, say, Sunday Night Football, there's another crew that is already prepping for 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
They're always working ahead of themselves, trying to figure out, okay, after this, now we have the logistics, the trucks with the equipment and the cameras and blah, 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 blah. So I think there does need to be 2 or 3 weeks.
Maybe like
time.
a monthly draft then. Just an idea.
Well,
it could be something.
Whatever the case, I just listen, you're never going to get it 100% right. You're going to, we've watched games last year. We're like, oh, this is going to be a great game. There's a great matchup between this guy and that guy. Boring.
Yeah.
Just turns out to be a dud. So you can't always be sure to get the best matchup, but you have a lot better success. The longer you wait before you make that decision, you have more information about how good these teams are going to be.
Yeah, it's nice to get them. I mean, what you're saying is you could look at them in OTAs and get the latest news there and then have an understanding because you'd have more context to be able to make a decision on what game should be flexed to Sunday night. So I hear you there. I think that's a fair point.
And there's no reason at all to ever have the Titans in a primetime game.
No. Probably not.
There's just
I'll
not.
be honest. There's probably not a reason why. Even if
the Colts will accidentally find themselves in maybe one,
kind of stumble.
But I just
stumble backwards.
Titans, no.
Any team in the AFC South, with the exception of the Texans, should never be in a primetime game right now.
Don't you hate it that we have to like the Texans coach this much? I love that guy.
Why is that?
He's just a good guy. Hell of a guy.
Yeah. No. And the Texans can't stand the Titans either. We're indifferent on them.
Well, because you stole the Houston Oilers
the
thing.
Oilers team, but now we
Which,
wear.
by the way, that's lame as hell. Give it back.
Why would we do that?
That's lame as hell.
Why would we do that? Build a new stadium then.
It's
They
a
didn't
Houston
do it.
thing.
They didn't do it.
No. I'm saying give them their past. You can't steal their past. You stole the team. Well, didn't steal, but
Look,
you have the team. Give them back their old letters.
If the city of Houston decided to build a stadium for Bud Adams, then they wouldn't have this issue, but they didn't.
Bud Adams is
So we get it now.
he's a Nazi war criminal.
What?
Yeah, that's right. Bud Adams is a Nazi war criminal.
You
Look
know
it
what,
up.
Jeffrey? Sometimes you say things.
No,
I don't
you've
expect
gotta
it.
look it
I
up.
have nothing to be able to say to that.
You got to look it up. Is I just Google it. Just spend your weekend Googling that. It's deep. It's deep in the dark web.
He wants you to go to the dark web to find that information.
Heavy Metal Maniac says, is your professional opinion that Devin Booker will be on the Phoenix Suns roster next season? I don't think anyone here has a professional opinion. I don't know, maybe Harris. Harris, do we pay you?
Yeah, you guys.
Okay, so he has a professional opinion.
Yeah.
My regular opinion is yes. I don't think the Suns. I think they'll clear house and try to build around him even now.
Yeah.
What do you think, Randy?
I don't think he'll be here. I think I think they're going to try to move him to build a team that's going to be better than what we have right now.
So that means absolute scorched earth rebuild, in your opinion.
Yeah.
All right. So Harris, we pay for his opinion. What do you say?
I think Devin Booker will be here next year. I think it's
in
different.
your face, Randy.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. I mean,
that's normal.
It's different with Kevin Durant and Devin Booker because Devin Booker was drafted here.
Well, I know
He's
he
a
was
household
drafted here.
staple. Yeah.
But I mean, he's getting older,
Right.
and
Aren't we all?
he started. He hasn't had a good season.
Shut up, Harris.
He has not had a.
Sorry, Randy.
Harris, who's still in your 20s.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Technically, we all are getting older.
No, leave that lament for us truly older people. I don't want you to hear this squeaky. I think what? Just no. Sorry, Randy. Sorry. Go ahead.
All I was saying was I know that the Suns drafted him. I know he's been a Suns for his whole career. I understand all that, but I just feel like maybe if they package Booker and KD together, they can get some real talent to come in, younger guys, and some draft capital. Remember, James has gotten rid of a lot of draft picks for this team, and we need to work the draft. There's talent in the draft that could come and help the Suns right now. So that's just my thinking.
How patient do you think Ishbia is ever going to be?
I don't think he's going to be very patient. I think he wants to.
He's never been particularly. I'll say this, Randy. The question isn't should Devin Booker be here next year. It's will he be there? That's the original question that was asked.
Mm-hmm.
I think he will. Should he? That is a different discussion. So
yeah, I don't think he will.
Okay, yeah. In terms of because it's tough to trade that guy. Especially Devin Booker in the past has expressed interest in staying in Phoenix. Now that could be different. And we don't quite know. Should he? Honestly, Phoenix is at a major standstill right now where you kind of need picks. Like clearly this core is not winning a championship. Clearly.
So Devin Booker, when he goes to the bank, he's like, hey, cleared again.
I don't think he has that problem.
That's all he cares about right now. I think he's just like, no, I'm good staying here. I own this town.
Hey, cleared again.
Yeah. And he's just like, oh, I'm good here. I'm fine. And I think he is. I think he's in the community. He's fine.
Maybe.
Now,
Maybe.
would he? He'll be sad if he has to go, but I think he's enough of a grown up that'll be like, all right, here we go.
Well, I mean, the Suns. We're talking about Devin Booker being drafted by the Suns. Okay, and will he be here? I don't think he will. Cam Johnson was drafted by the Suns. I watched him get drafted by the Suns, and look what they did. They traded him.
Right.
Now,
Not the same type of player, though.
Granted, he's not the same guy as Devin Booker. Yeah. He's not a guy that's been, a face of the franchise for the last several years. But I don't think that really matters at this point. I think the Phoenix Suns need to do something to turn this team around because the fans of Phoenix will leave. They're fickle, man. They will walk. If you don't fix this thing and fix it right and fix it now, I don't care if you have Devin Booker. They won't show up and pay their good hard-earned money. What did I say about the Diamondbacks? They are not going to show up if you don't have a team that competes.
Yeah, they are fickle if you're feckless.
Exactly.
I just like alliteration.
Fickle, feckless group.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's Sports History.
Back in the year 1907, New York Giants catcher Roger Bresnan wore a set of cricket leg pants against the Philadelphia Athletics, becoming the first catcher in history to don shin guards. He decided to wear the cricket pants after his legs were constantly being bruised and bloodied by foul tips and runners sliding into home with their metal baseball spikes up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the managers, they weren't sure they liked it. One manager was just like, well, that could pose a danger to the sliding runners. I'm like, wow, that is
really
that's a far out there argument. But the baseball owners be like, yeah, well, let's just do this. Everybody wears them now because they work great. So
yeah, they do. They saved me a lot. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So the guy who complains about nets in baseball somehow benefited from a safety apparatus in baseball. Wow, Randy.
Really? We need more nets.
Yeah, just put nets around the catcher.
Encompass the field in nets so the little snowflakes out there don't get hit while they're perusing on their phone after paying $100 to sit and watch a baseball game.
That net of the Diamondbacks needs to go up another 20 feet because somebody got brained the other day. Just bam!
I feel bad for the people that aren't paying attention or can't defend themselves.
But hey, pay attention.
That's
Just pay
it's
attention.
Not that hard. Not that hard.
And if you're a spaz, don't sit so close to get hit by a foul ball.
There you
right?
go.
I mean, if you're going to take your kids to the park and you know they're going to be annoying and I want my pad, then just go sit in the nosebleeds where a foul ball is not likely to go.
Exactly. Set up in the upper level. Sit in a safe area.
Yeah. You can watch the game with your binoculars. Your kids can. Who cares? You know.
As long as they don't jump off the side.
That's what I was just about to say. Some poor kid. Mommy. Well, there's more room in the back seat now when we go home.
I'm Superman.
Quiet Cannon says Mike Trout and Kevin Booker are both on Sterling teams. Frustrating situations.
Yeah.
I think he meant similar.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
That's all the time we have. Which is, to be honest, way more than enough, I think.
Right.
I mean, I still have all this left.
Wow.
Yeah. But it's always one of those things where I prepare that much, and then they're like, we're never going to get there.
It's good to have it. Good to have more
Better
bullets.
be over-prepared than under-prepared, Jeffrey.
Yes, every day.
Yes.
I say that every day when I get out of bed.
That's right, Randy. That's right.
Miss Kim, I hope you're over-prepared.
Well,
That's right.
For Randy White and Preparation H, we'll see you guys Monday at 3 p.m. Have a great weekend. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
From the Augusta National Golf Club, Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the Masters. I'm Ted Emmerich.